Oh God, here it comes. Oh, hot, 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 hot. Hot, 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 hot. Mr. Marsh, we apologize, and if it's okay with you, we would like to present you your long overdue trophy.
Mag.
Look at little Goblin Jr. Gonna cry?
You broke my heart today.
On Valentine's Day, bro.
Bro, I cried today.
I'm here with Razor eating ice cream, consoling him all night.
I cried, dude. Like, I couldn't believe it, man. Like, fuck, dude. I got inspired by sitting here watching these guys, bro. Like, fucking my mystery, like, doing mystery boxes and mail haul. Dude, I was hurt, bro. Let's continue on, guys.
Stop crying, you sniveling ass. Stop your nonsense.
God damn it, man.
All right.
Yeah, man. I don't know, bro.
All right.
Fuck, dude.
I know it gets to you.
What, are you gonna cry now? Come on, cry, baby, cry for me. Come on, cry.
Especially when those guys like Rob and DJ Links reached out to me and told me how much they were hurt and how they were not going to be sponsors and they're going to pull out. I'm hurt. That hurt, man. Yeah. You know what I do? I do need to grow some balls, bro. But you know what I mean? Maybe I do, Brad. Maybe I'm just, a big pussy, bro. You're right.
You're a pussy.
I'm a big emotional pussy, bro. You're right.
That's pussy, Razor.
Yeah, you might be right, bro.
The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation. The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
Real fucking high on drugs.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another Saturday night, another Modern Comic Mayhem with a full crew. Look at this. Look at this full Saturday night show. It's good to see you guys. Right off the bat.
What the fuck is Blind Adam doing here, dude?
It isn't Mr. Red Hood. What's up, sirs?
Matter of fact,
Can't complain.
you want to hear something funny? So we just all got back from Orlando, and James is heading out to Orlando this weekend.
What?
Yeah.
He
missed us by a week.
Just a week. Did he get his dates wrong?
Man, MJ, I was working on your
did you buy the
invitation
wrong
there,
plane
man.
ticket?
You what? Sorry. Yeah, I messed up with the plane ticket. No, it's because the kids. It's like Easter holiday, so I've got. I had to go with them. So.
Nice.
Looking forward to it though.
Yeah, that's great.
Nice. Yeah, it was nice down there.
Nice.
Are you gonna hit up Universal too, or are you hitting like Disney?
Both of them. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect weather out there right now for you, MJ. You're gonna enjoy it. The kids are gonna enjoy it.
Dude, I knew I was going crazy, dude. I couldn't find my Bruce Lee Iron Man DJ books, dude. And I knew I had it fucking on one of the last boxes, dude. I went to my storage. And I was a motherfucker. I knew I had a whole shitload of them, dude.
I could have brought those to get signed. He was at MegaCon, right?
Raza?
Oh, no. Maybe he wasn't. No.
Oh, okay.
No,
he was definitely not there.
Yeah, but cons these days, dude, anybody assign anything, dude. Like, you could take a fucking open box of Hostess Twinkies and have Quintana sign it. Quintana sign my Twinkies, bro. Fuck yeah. You know what I mean, dude? Fuck, dude. Like they're just signing anything, dude, and they're signing fast, dude. Like just next,
Yeah.
you know. Well, hold on. Is he gonna tell me hi? Hi. Okay.
Well, how many autographs did you sign over the weekend? Did
Who,
you
me?
sign? Yeah.
A few.
Just saying.
John signed something. You signed the board, John?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was slightly reluctant only because I said I wasn't part of the grommets thing, and he said he didn't care. He said he enjoyed, me being on even afterwards. So I'm like, okay,
See, dude.
Oh.
Dude, you're part of the family, bro. Cut that shit out, dude. I mean, you're welcome inside, dude. You don't have to eat outside, dude. You're welcome inside the house.
That's what I like.
You're part of the family.
I don't have to ask Jerry.
Well, don't forget, you have to take your blood oath now. Then.
Oh yeah.
Wait, there's a blood oath?
Well,
Don't
we'll
tell me
talk
there's
about
a
that
blood
later,
oath.
man.
I think Hood knows what I'm asking him.
Then I found
Can
my firestorms. We were talking about firestorm. I got a couple of graded ones. I was just pulling fucking shit out, dude. And I was like, well, I'm gonna fucking do whatnot. Some fucking pulling.
Oh man,
righties, dude.
Dude, I got to see today a beautiful gold second print newsstand. And
Oh, Steven has one. It's high grade, dude.
Yeah. So I've been seeing those kind of books lately. Like I looked at a Spider-Man 1 Platinum at MegaCon. Here's the crazy part. It had the letter with it.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, and it was raw. Guess how much they wanted for it though?
The G?
Yeah, it was a G.
Is it what type of condition is it in?
It was like I would
Not
say
a G.
very fine near mint, like so 9.0 kind of like grade. Like it was definitely not a near mint plus.
Because that's the one we thought the guy was gonna say 500.
Yeah,
right?
I was like, if it was like
Yeah.
around $500, I probably would have bought it.
So I went over
But-
to sit down and bullshit with Clutch and Adam at the booth one of the days, and Clutch isn't there, but I look down and I see a Spider-Man Platinum and the Chromium version sitting in his box.
Oh, yeah.
And I go, where did those come from? And he goes, yeah, Clutch just traded for those. So Clutch, yeah, there he is right there. I traded for a Platinum at MegaCon, yeah. So, and he got the
See that
Chromium.
It breaks my heart.
The Chromium Spider-Man 1 pose?
Bro.
Yeah,
what-
because here's the weird part for that issue. It's Marvel Collectibles Classics issue number 2, even though it was the number 1 cover.
Yeah, the
number
first one
for
was
Marvel
the 300, right?
300, yeah.
300, yeah.
Yep. So it's always confusing, but yeah.
I got my my video game variant one back from the Todd signing.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, do you have it with you?
I do. Yeah.
You want to reveal the grade here?
There you go.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Wow,
dude,
that was
I
great.
love the signing. He wrote full out Todd too.
9.6, not
9.6.
bad, dude.
Nice. That's
That's
all money.
beautiful.
That is
I like
Look
that
at that
radioactive.
Dude, radioactive, dude. I tried to get Donnie Cates to fucking sign in that color, and that's how all this shit started, dude.
Wow.
I told
That's
that-
amazing.
I told that
I'm-
story to Nico and Dino, and
So,
the
so
rest
is
is
that like a
history.
straight up PC book now for you forever?
Yep.
Yeah, dude, I'm
beautiful.
jealous of that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
that was awesome, dude. Great color choice, man.
Thank you.
I think artists now would just do whatever you want. You know, just they're like, show me the money and I'll color it in caca. I'll get a big old fucking log of shit and sign it for you. You know what I mean?
So did you like request the color like around the tape that you cut out?
Yeah,
Is that-
so I wanted green. I didn't realize it was gonna be that green, but it's really nice.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
perfect,
Really-
dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Lime green.
Hey,
I-
and he
I-
wrote out Todd, and it's not T. McFarlane.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Which
wonder
is
why
awesome
he
too.
like what's the reason that he chooses to do that? Like time, or maybe if he's like just running somewhere quick, he does it. You know. Anyways.
No, but he does it for
Mm.
these big signings too, as well. What if it's like something weird where it's like, oh, if I already signed like 5 of those books today Todd. Now I'm gonna switch it up to T McFarlane for the next whatever for the of the same book, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who knows? I want to give another quick shout out to Big Clutch for pulling off one of the coolest things ever at Beyond Wednesdays. The Feral number 21 variant, Beyond Wednesdays variant is amazing. If you guys didn't get a chance to see this, this is, we announced this Wednesday night. There's only a few of them. I don't know. They're all sold out. Look at that. Sold out.
Oh, wow. He sold out?
Sold out.
Nice.
So shout out to everybody that picked one of these up. Not only did we get to homage one of our favorite covers and series of all time, but the back had this on it. Look at this. I mean, just so good.
Look at Abby and Lola together, bro.
I know, bro. Isn't that great, dude?
Hey, Graves is right there.
All of them, dude. We got them all.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's
yeah, but
amazing.
Graves is still alive, dude.
That's why you need to get a
So-
paw print on there.
Yeah, I mean, but
Yeah,
Mama
so
and
you see, my dog can't sign, dude.
Mama
you're-
and Moxley are still, still with us, and so is Battle Beast.
Battle Beast.
Yeah, I'll Graves is my official, unofficial dog.
I think Battle Beast isn't still with us, right? Battle Beast was his OG. I know Miss.
Who's that?
Battle Beast. That was Clutch's
Clutch's
OG.
cat.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
What is it? Battle Beast?
But
cat?
Mama dog is beautiful, man.
I thought that was a newer cat.
Was Battle Beast the
Who's
newer one?
who's Miss Pickles? Is that Trish?
Maybe Miss Pickles was the OG. Sam
that
and Pickles
Trish's?
were the OG, says Clutch. So there we go. You're right. You're right.
Oh,
E.
okay.
Sam and Pickles were the OGs.
Oh, yeah, Pickles is great. Dude, Clutch.
Coon.
So I have a
Maine Coon
calico
Hound,
just
right?
like that, and I have a tabby just like that, dude. That's crazy, dude.
So I'll have a whatnot signing with Graves at some point in time once I get the count of
Dude,
the.
that'd be nuts, dude. That'd be awesome.
So I'll plan it out pretty good. Yeah, I gotta make sure I find the ink pad, that fits his paw, and then I'm guessing it's a red cover, I guess black would be like best for that, right?
Probably, yeah. Right underneath you.
Right
Right here.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was
That's
thinking.
perfect, bro.
Yeah, and then I'll sign it too as well.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Look how dope Yee's logo is, bro.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
Yeah, that is fantastic. Easy.
Oh yeah, shout out to JJ from State of Filth. He's now the drummer. I think he's literally played like every position in the band, like including doing like vocalist. Like, dude, the project's his baby. But on his spare time, he does some graphic design work. I was like, hey man, I've been slacking for years. I've been wanting to do a logo. I was like, can you design something? And then I was like, just put these elements in, and then just run with it. You have creative freedom within these parameters, and then he nailed it.
Yeah.
So
great.
yeah.
All the comments in the chat are great. Derek says it needs to have a sound chip variant. When you open it up, it's Graves barking.
A sound shit.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Right?
That'd be great.
Oh, yeah, I gotta look into that, see how much that would cost.
All right. That'd be cool, dude. So this is pretty amazing. And just yeah, this is what it's about, you guys. This is the type of community, friendship, brotherhood, fellowship, whatever you want to call it. This is the type of stuff I love. Being able to do the show, being able to go to cons and see everybody, and literally all around the world, So that's, to me, like, this is what it's about. And shout out to everybody that made that possible. Shout out to everybody that came up to us in MegaCon. That was pretty freaking amazing. We already talked about signing the Grommet skateboard, which was sweet. Got to hang out with a lot of people I'm meeting for the first time. That was cool. I wish I was in C2E2, but man, I don't here's the funny thing about this. So before the con, I was talking to Comic Tom, and I was like, dude, what's your plans, this and that? He's like, dude, I'm not going to do anything for MegaCon. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to wear a mask because I have 3 cons in 3 weekends, and if I get sick, I'm fucked. And I'm like, you're not going to get sick. Come on, man. And sure enough, what happens? I get sick.
Oh, he's
and
sick,
he's
yeah.
probably chilling at C2E2, right? So, holy cow, bro. Fucking con crud.
Oh, could you imagine if you were going to like WonderCon or C2E2 this weekend?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if there's a way for me to show the Suspiria piece that I picked up because I didn't take a picture of it like an idiot. But I wonder if I go to More Great Art, is that where he has all the...
Yeah, the original art.
Yeah. Where do I go? Shout out to Mike the Greek. Here we go. Where do I go to find these? Covers maybe. Let's go to. Is she in here?
I think you. Yeah.
Here we go. Right here. Let's see if I can. It's right. Here's what I bought, you guys.
Oh wow.
Wow. Geez, I wouldn't want that in my fucking house.
Bro.
No.
You guys have no idea. And I've talked about this before on the channel. This movie, this image right here, this is me facing my fears.
No.
This image scares the shit out of me to this day. Just her face like that. Because when I was a kid, me and my brother, we had this old school TV in our toy room, right? Me and my brothers had, when we were young, we slept in the same room. And then we had a room that was like a toy room that my parents made. And in the toy room, there was a old school TV hooked up to Nintendo. And we used to, during Christmas nights, on Christmas Eve night, we couldn't sleep because we were so excited. We would just stay up all night in the toy room watching old school TV, playing Nintendo, and we'd have to stay in that room, you know? And thank God my parents were amazing. They must have fucking hated that we were still awake and, you know, that we still believed in Santa, that Santa Claus was real. So, you know what I mean? So anyways, I remember one Christmas Eve night flipping through the old school channels and they were playing The Exorcist on Christmas Eve night.
I was going to say that looks like the face that flashes.
That is the face, dude.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh shit.
So, yeah. So that's what I bought.
That's tight.
Yeah.
I read an article like a long time ago about that face, and then saying like the screams weren't like screams; they were like cows getting slaughtered, like just crazy stuff.
Yeah,
just
bro.
all kinds of like it is a man.
That's not the Exorcist face.
That's Reagan.
The full that flashes on the screen.
This one right here is Reagan, isn't it?
This is the Evil Dead chick.
Is that the Evil Dead chick?
Yeah, she's the one that she was staring at the TV and the fucking demon came through the TV and possessed her and she killed everybody at her party. That's why you see the invitation there. They were there for her party and she got possessed and by a demon.
I'm all the way fucked up, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, Demon Night or some shit like that. Whatever it was.
Demon,
it
yeah, in the chat people put Night of the Demons or Demon Night.
Yeah.
That looks like the Exorcist chick, doesn't it?
No,
yeah, Night of the
a little
Demons,
bit.
it's called.
But those fangs and everything and that invitation, that's actually the cover. That's her from like the cover of the. I remember.
Well, I
seeing
bought
that
it
at
because
the,
it looks
video
like
rental.
Reagan. So I'm gonna put it up because it looks like Reagan.
Sweet.
That movie.
I'd have to have the light on in that room.
I told them. I kept on saying, dude, this is the Exorcist chick, right? And they never you know what I mean? I've never seen that movie. So
Eggplant says request the refund since it's not the right movie.
It's still fucking badass.
I'm gonna buy it on the website right now. I'm gonna buy it on the website right now and see what happens.
That's the best. That was the best piece of art that they had available at the con for her.
Yeah,
So
this was a fucked up movie too to watch. I'm telling you. I remember seeing this and it's
It's not Evil Dead. It's called Night of the Demons, right?
Oh, Night of the Demons, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what everybody's putting in the chat. I've never seen it. I don't know.
Oh, look at that, bro! It is. Ooh wee!
Oh my god!
Ooh wee! God damn, bro!
Take it off the screen.
Look at that, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
damn.
that's still badass.
Yeah. So this was for that movie. She did the, I don't know, the steel case something for that movie. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She did that for a bunch of movies, though, right?
I think so. Yeah. But fuck it. It was by far the best piece that they had available. Let me see if what else they have. If they had anything. You bought this one, right, E? No?
No, I don't know if I've. No, James and I are working out a couple deals for.
Here's the Evil Dead one.
Because he's getting a bunch of the
redo of Evil Dead, which
he's
was
getting
terrible.
He's working with Suspiria on some Sick Tick. So yeah, so we're gonna work out a deal for I'm gonna see what comes out and then choose a piece basically, and then we're gonna work out a
Night of
trade.
the Demons. Yep. God damn, that's creepy, bro. Holy shit. I don't care what anybody says. That's fucking scary right there.
Yes. Yes.
That's fucking scary shit. So I picked up that, and then I haven't gone through any of the pickups I got. We got to do pickups right now, just because tonight's a crazy show. We're gonna be in and out. So let's do pickups early, because I haven't opened my pickups yet.
I got a handful of things right next to me.
All right, so here we go. I did get to stop by and talk to our boy Art Suydam.
Oh yeah.
And look at this.
Nice.
Yeah. So I got that signed.
Did you think about asking him to do another Watcher?
Bro, he had a sketch next to him. He had I gained a lot of respect for him, to be honest, when I went and talked to him. Oh wait, not that.
Too late, you saw it.
That I brought to get signed, but I didn't get signed.
I brought that one too to get signed, but she was sold out by the time I tried to get a ticket.
Got that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Let's see here. Will Jack.
Oh, nice.
Shout out to my boy Namesh. Will Jack.
Nice.
And it was funny because I walked up to Will Jack. I saved everything to get signed on Sunday, just because
that was so crazy to me. I was like
so
done by
busy,
Friday,
bro. I was so
busy. I was done by Friday. So
on Sunday I go up to where Will Jack's at Comic Mint, and he's not there. So I start walking away, and he's walking to the table, and I see him, and I'm like, "Hey, bro, are you heading back?" He's like, "Yeah." I go, "I got just 2 books for you to sign real quick." He goes, "No problem, bro." And so I go over there, and Tony Trophy's there, and Tony's got a bunch of books to get signed. So I'm just chilling, waiting for Tony. And the Comic Mint, one of the guys that's working there, comes over to me, and he's like, "Can I help you?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just waiting for Will. I just got 2 books to get signed real quick after this." And he goes, "Well, he's really busy. I don't think he's going to be able to get to him today. And, I'm sorry, but if there's anything else you want." And Will hears him, and Will goes, "No, I'm going to sign him." And he goes, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm going to sign anything for him." Whatever. And I thought that was super cool. So shout out to Will Jack, because I would have just walked away, I don't.
Was he the one at dinner beside Ryder on Friday night? Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah. I brought a ton of Tyler Kirkham stuff to get signed, and I didn't get him signed because I couldn't find them. So
he was in a weird spot. He was like in that part of the U that the side that like Lobos and Suspiria were on, I think.
I couldn't find him, bro.
I saw him in a weird spot, like, or maybe it was
he was like 5 spots ahead of Suspiria.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah.
Shout out to Clutch and Jeff Spokes. I got signed copies.
I like
of
that
this.
stig. Yeah, looks good.
Yeah.
Oh,
bro.
nice.
Nice.
I should have got a book signed by him, by Jeff Monk. Oh, nice.
Jeff Monk. Yeah, Jeff Monk killed it. Sorry, did I say Jeff Spokes? I didn't mean to say that. I brought these. I brought this and 174 for Capullo to sign, but I shouldn't have waited till Sunday because by the time I went over there, they said, nah, he's done for the day. Done for the weekend. All right, so Suydam. So I went over to Suydam's table, and you guys know my relationship with Suydam, the past story, the Watcher sketch story, craziness.
Yeah.
But that
No,
was
I've
like,
never heard this one. That's joking.
that was like 15 years ago. But so I walked up to his table, and he's holding court. He was constantly holding court. There was always people talking to him, and I'm talking to him, and he's very talkative and very cool dude. When you talk to him, and we were chatting, and I go, listen, man, I go, Marvel Zombies brought me back into being a weekly comic book reader, and I bought everything that you put out for Marvel Zombies. I pick up, and I go, I got to be honest, man, no offense, but I only buy the stuff that Arthur Suydam does for Marvel Zombies. Like everything else is just, it's not worth it. And I go, no offense to those guys, but and he goes, no offense to those guys, but some of those are bad. And I'm like, yeah, they're bad, but every single one I pick up of yours. And he, oh wait, he, is it this one? Yeah, a guy comes over while we're talking, and he goes, hey, I've got 2 sets of Marvel Zombies 1 through 5 for you to sign. And I didn't realize it, but there's all these comics on the table that Arthur has done, right? And his prints. And all the comics that he's got on the table, he buys from people at the con. So if you have Arthur Suydam books that you want signed, bring some extra books and trade them to him so he can sell them at the con and for people that don't have anything. And he'll do you a solid. A guy walked up and he goes, he has 2 sets to sign, and Arthur goes, hey, do you want to sell one of those sets? And the guy's like, well, I really want to get them signed. And Arthur's like, well, they'll be for me, and I'll sell them at the table if you want to sell them, but no worries if you don't. And the guy goes, well, if they're for you, yeah, no problem. I'll just give it to you. And Arthur goes, really? He goes, you know what? I'm going to sign every book for free. And he hands the guy a sketch cover that he already did. And he goes, this is for you. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Problem is, the guy goes, hey, I'm here for that sketch cover you were doing for me, Arthur.
Shout out to Suspiria. She did this at the table for
Nice.
So,
nice.
Shout out to our boy James at Hive. I did drop off 8 sets of the G.I. Joe book that we did, and I asked for 5 remarks. I don't know if she got a chance to do them, but if she did, that'll be sweet. But look how good her remarks are.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you doing the facilitating through CGC with him on those books?
No, I'm just gonna probably just keep that one. You know what I mean?
No, not that one, but the 5
through
sets.
James? Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Yeah.
Yeah, because he can facilitate that for you since they're still in his possession and all that.
Yeah. Great point. Dude, shout out to our boy Mello for Prez, Countdown Comics, who I'm walking through the con, and dude, that dude is solid. Like, if you guys are...
Dude, what's crazy? I was chatting with him all the way leading up to the con, and we never ran into each other the entire time.
Yeah. So, like, he's one of the really good retailers that he's a solid dude. I have nothing but respect for him. Countdown Comics. Go check him out. He's doing great things. I got introduced to him along with 3 other retailers way back in the day at San Diego. Him, Beachside Hobbies, and Webby. And all 3 of those guys are solid. But big shout out to Mello. I don't know his real name. What's his real name?
Taylor.
Taylor. Shout out to Taylor. I'm going to start calling him Taylor. Because I know him originally as Mello, but he's now Countdown Comics. So shout out to Taylor. He stopped me walking by, or I was walking by and I saw him, and I'm like, and he said, I don't want to stop you. And I'm like, no, dude, I want to talk to you. Like thank you so much for, I've been shooting the shit with him for a while, and And he goes through his box. He's like, I want to give you something. I'm like, okay. And first of all, he hands me this. Signed by Sway. Right? So that was pretty sweet. And then he hands me this. Look at this. This beautiful David Mack. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
What Mac is that?
It's Invincible #1, the reprint, but it's like this beautiful, almost matte foil, if that makes sense. It's really weird.
But it complements his Max art.
Big time, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the better
that's
Invincible.
like a perfect. Oh yeah, most definitely. That stands out. Like that's awesome.
Yeah.
Dang. And the crazy part is I ran into Tony from Beachside, and so I got to talk to him for a little bit because I hadn't seen him in a while. And then the first time I met him,
yeah,
the first time I met him was at MegaCon actually, and so through like Mighty Mel V, so it's pretty cool.
Shout out to Suspiria for signing those. I took these to JTC, and they are signed. So
nice.
I got JTC. JTC was cool as hell. You know, he's been on Beyond. He's been on Beyond Wednesdays multiple times. So when I walked up, he obviously he remembered, and he was so cool. And we shot the shit for a while. And I love how he signs so inconspicuously, right?
Yeah.
And then these I pulled out these. Right here. Oh, and Taylor gave me this too. So shout out to him. I was standing at JTC and he handed me this. So I got 5 of these signed. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So the very first ever variant, a negative space variant that he did. So that was cool. All right. For Mark, show you guys the
Oh, you got more signatures than I thought you did.
yeah. I only brought like nothing crazy. I didn't bring anything crazy. But
yeah, I only brought like 2 portfolios of books to get signed by different like creators, and then some of the stuff I like bought there.
Yeah, same with me. I got a couple of these signed.
Captain Planet.
Yep. So that was cool.
Nice.
Got 3 of those. I got that guy.
Ugly sweater.
No, the ugly sweater.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That guy.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. That guy.
No,
Did you get the whole ugly sweater sweat?
No, all of them.
Set?
No, I got that
He's
guy.
missing
Okay.
Frank.
There's another one.
Ooh,
I'm missing the
Oh,
Frank.
sweet.
I don't have the Frank. I got that. I love that one.
yes.
Oh, with the green too. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
And
That's originally
disappointed.
a Kickstarter cover.
I'm disappointed I didn't get any green signatures. Well, actually,
Had to get that
Never mind,
one,
I
right?
lied.
Oh yeah.
yeah, so I'll keep that one for sure. Love this.
Selden's asking, did you CGC anything or nah?
No, nothing.
You know what you could do, honestly, though? You could just submit it to PSA, and they do the verification thing now for comics.
Yeah,
Where
but
you
I
don't
was like,
need
fuck it. You know what I mean? So that
Yeah.
you know, I'll sell a couple of the spears on my live sales to pay for everything. But I'm gonna keep the Frank Garbage Pail Kids. And
then if you really wanted to, you could do the JSA thing.
yeah.
I mean, those labels aren't ugly looking. It's better than a green label, in my opinion.
Yeah. And then I'm going to show you guys my favorite thing that I got at the entire con. And that, I mean, don't get me wrong. the Mark books and then the Suspiria stuff is crazy. But there was one thing that I wanted to pick up at the con more than of anything.
Play the drum roll, Yee.
All right, let's see here.
Maybe we can play the trumpets from Diaz. Sorry, Nate.
Don't need him. Best team in baseball.
I didn't think they would actually play the trumpets while he came out in LA. I thought that was like a New York thing.
He's got
no. So it's a certain artist that wrote the song, anyways. Like it's a DJ.
I mean,
yeah,
listen,
it started when he was in New York. He didn't do it in Seattle.
I'm not even a Mets fan, and I'm like, I felt insulted by that.
So it's just like when the Helsley came out to Hell's Bells, like he was doing that in St. Louis, and then like the Mets traded for him last year, and every time he'd come in, they'd have Hell's Bells going in the fire going on the big screen, which basically all it meant was he was throwing a heater and it get knocked out of the park every time he threw it.
Yeah.
He was horrible.
I brought these and I forgot to get them signed, damn it. And I forgot so much stuff, you guys. Okay.
Get him signed in Huntsville.
All right. Here we go. And I'm pissed off I didn't get this signed too.
Dude, I'm pissed off I sold my foil copy.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
I should have kept it.
Look at this fucking remark, you guys.
Oh, that's sick.
Nice.
Decapitation head.
Are you kidding me, dude? Look how good that is.
Yeah, that's a good decapitation, man. That's
right?
Pretty precise.
Cut
her head right off.
God.
It's Nicole Simpson style right there, bro.
That's number
That's sick.
Number 2 of 13.
I'm going dark tonight.
Oh,
right?
that's funny. I got a 2 out of 13.
Yeah. Well, I got another 2 out of 13. Look at this one.
Oh man, that is so good.
Oh, that's
Holy
sick.
mackerel.
I like that one.
Good for you. That's a pretty book, man.
Look at that.
That's sick.
Mama.
Yeah. So Shabina remarks. I was like, oh my gosh. All the way
Hello,
from the
Brian.
Ukraine.
Hello. Thank you, Brian.
And then this. So out of the variants that I wanted at the con, I was able to get 2 of them. Let me show you. Or 3 of them. So there was only like 4 or 5 variants that I wanted at the con.
Yeah, you got all of Brian's books signed for him.
That one.
Oh yeah.
The Mark Spears Monster Balls. That one.
The muscle. Cool.
The Muscles one. And then, dude, this fucking embossed foil came out so good.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that's badass.
It's embossed too. And like
Limited
really
to 25, right?
Yep. So those were my favorite things at the con. So all right, who wants to go next?
Shoot me up there. All right. So
I'm gonna shoot, guys, but have a good show. I'm
Jay,
feeling really
enjoy
tired.
Orlando, brother.
Don't go anywhere.
See you guys soon.
Have a good trip, bub.
Enjoy
Later,
the trip,
MJ.
bro.
All right, so shout out to Johnny. So out of Houston, I met up with him today to drop off some books that he asked me to pick up. Slash, he bought some books for me on Whatnot. So I was like, do you care if I just mail you like a random book and then we meet up in person? Or he asked to meet up. I was like, yeah, he was down. So we met up at Bedrock. I picked up some books. Nate, do you remember? We were talking about it backstage. Is it the first appearance of the twins?
See, why you gotta ask me the hard questions?
I know, right? All right.
You know, I don't answer the hard questions in front of the teacher. That one I know, but
Yeah. So, but I also found this issue 2 in the back issues for $5.
That's unbelievable.
I know,
It's like
right?
First appearance of what, Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Obi-Wan.
Or...
Yeah, and it's not like one of those reprints or anything like that, and it's not the. I also cleaned up on some of their incentives. So this is Psylocke Ninja number 3. I think this is the 1 in 50.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 1 in 50, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
By
So it
Akka.
was. Yeah, it was below ratio. So I was like, yeah, Akka. And then I found this awesome sway. Yeah, and that was below ratio too. So because this is 1 in 50 as well. So I was like sold. Maria Wolf. I can't pass on this.
So good.
Like, did I basically pick up the hot 10 list? All right, this Ghost Pepper incentive. This is for issue number 9. I think this is the 1 in 10. So I figured, why not? It's a hot indie title. I can't pass on the Magic cover. So this X-Men number 25 from a series that's probably ended now, right? All right. So what we've all been waiting for, MegaCon books. So you may be wondering how I got this Curse of Cleaver County. This is a Garrett Gunn exclusive that I traded one of these coins for. So it's like an embossed foil. So I ended up with another copy that is signed and being sent off to CGC through Hive Comics. So he's facilitating that. He also I got the Kickstarter Curse of Cleaver County, same cover, metal in as well. That's being graded, and then the Suspiria Something That's Killing the Children 43. But speaking of Something That's Killing the Children, I was able to get the Quintana. Did I say that right, Joe?
Yes.
All right, cool. So this is limited to 300. This was my first stop, one of my first stops on Thursday. They capped out the line for signing. I was just kind of like, let me pick up some of the books and I'll get it signed later. And I ended up never doing that. I ended up getting a different Something That's Killing the Children sign that's being sent out to being graded. Picked up this David Nakayama Deadpool cover. I'd never seen this before. Does this look familiar to anyone?
No, I haven't seen that one.
So it was like, one of those books, like, I've never seen this before. Hey, Nakayama's here. I could probably get it signed. So, but I ended up not, because his line was too long. I picked this up from Trinity. This is the Battle Beast number 7, Jay Lee, limited
Shout out
to
Trinity.
800.
Great retailer.
Yep. And then it was I think it's Octo Comics from they were working the Trinity table, and they're listeners of Beyond Wednesday. So
Awesome.
big shout out to y'all. Yeah. So it's a husband and wife duo that are in comics.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so you know who I'm talking about now, right?
Yeah.
So they recognized me. I was like, oh, you know me?
Yeah,
I felt
she was
special.
in the Hot 10 last night, I think. Or
Yeah.
Wednesday night, maybe here. I can't remember.
So Clutch hooked it up. So after he sold out of the bind bags, he's like, here you go. I did get a couple of these. I did save some. I didn't sell all my copies.
That's awesome, bro.
That's cool.
Bill Morrison was there, and I knocked this out on either Thursday or Friday early. And I ended up having multiple copies of this comic in the newsstand as well. And I was like, let me pick the higher looking copy and I'll get it signed by him. So I was just I was just excited to, get a Radioactive Man #1 cover signed by him.
That looks great.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, but who doesn't love a good old Jock on the Killing Joke? I got to talk to him about this cover too for a little bit when I picked up my commission, and he when he had the opportunity to go for the Killing Joke cover, he's like, I'll take that opportunity. And then just hearing that, I was like, oh man, it's like dreams come true that you hope to see certain artists do during certain covers. And to me, he completely nailed it. Speaking of the comic mitts, I had to pick up this Deadpool Batman cover. I mean, it has Deadpool and Killing Joke on it. If there wasn't a more perfect book for me that Brian Boland did, oh man, Like I'm just living my best like life in comic fantasy world now, right now. This Will Jack Vampirella book, limited to 666, freaking killer cover. So, I didn't stop to bug him to get a signature, but I'm sure I could have, because we were all drinking and all that. Got the Spears Bloody auto on this, the Santa Claus, black
the
and
drip.
white.
The drip.
Yeah. So the drip auto. I went to Q Eom's table.
Wow.
So this is one of the books from the AC Pop Comics. They did something that's killing the children blind bag, where the other artists in it were like Alan Claw, Lil Shrike had a cover in there. Who else? There were some big name artists in there. Tyler Kirkham did a cover. Who else am I forgetting? Oh, Quintana. He did the cover in there as well. So I was lucky enough to get the EOM cover, and then he was signing at the comic exposure table. One of my favorite remarks to pick up.
Yep.
So this is the
that was
2 out of
great.
13.
Jeez.
Oh, I figured Brian would be jealous with all the skulls on the side here, and then I was like, oh, I want the cover with the side boob. So
Side boobs.
so that's why I picked the 2. That's why I picked the 2 out of the 13. And then the last other commission piece I picked up. This was a unexpected pickup, because you're at a convention, anything could happen. Drew kept on screaming, I'll be doing a live stream with Rose Besh right before Mark goes live. So this was the very last book he had, and then I've always wanted a Rose Besh commission, but her commission prices are a bit higher than I would like to pay, especially just for a commission. Like if I'm spending that much money, I'm buying original art cover or multiple interior pages for that. And then
we get the big dog out.
And then
is that what's coming next?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
There we
And then
this is the topper right here. I don't think anybody can beat this thing. Is incredible.
So
Derek.
And then here's the Jock piece I ended up picking up.
Best pickup of the con right there.
I mean, it's
spectacular.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
He pointed out the piece I didn't catch, and his sketch pad when he was pulling out the sketch, it's on brown paper as opposed to what you're used to, the white paper. So it just looks like that much darker. It's incredible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I told Yee if that said Absolute Batman number 20. Can you imagine what that book would be selling for right now?
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Well, but I also purposely asked for a 2000s Joker, instead of the Absolute, the Absolute Joker thing looks cool or whatever. Jock's done a couple cool covers, but I mean I get it, it's hot. It's just what I'm not into right now. And the 2000s Joker will always kind of be nostalgia to me. The New 52 stuff, I just love that storyline too as well. So when he did this with the Joe name tag and the stitched on mask and all that,
The
I was
whole
kind of
Endgame run, right? The
Yeah,
Endgame
yeah.
stuff.
Because the Death and Film, we were talking about the proliferated or the mask. You remember how you had the box?
Yeah.
You had with the mask. It's awesome.
So Sunday was a cool day. I was hanging out with John, Heroes Reborn, most of the day, and then we ended up just exploring around the con. I was like, hey, what do you want to see? I pretty much kind of have an idea of where anything is, so we don't have to search around. I can take you right there, so we don't have to, because I know you don't know the floor since you've been basically just at Mark's booth all weekend. I was like, the only thing I have to do is pick up my Jock piece, and then I was like, we're here early enough that I can literally take my time to do it. So, getting to meet a bunch of listeners and all that on the way. But the crazy part was this was still in his sketchbook, where he was like folding it over and like trying to get the perforated edge.
Proliferated, yeah.
Yeah. He's like, it's not that good. Like, he's like, I swear, I'm doing my best. And then everyone like behind me, like, that's hanging out. Like John's like, he's like, could you just imagine if it just like kind of rips? I was like, kind of like, dude, don't say this right now. And then he's signing the piece too with like his white marker, like, because if you look on the post he has, it's not signed yet. So I thought that was kind of like a kind of sweet little touch to it. And then just like everyone's saying, on the unbleached paper, like, oh, it looks sick.
It's awesome. Get that baby framed.
Oh yeah. I'm taking this in the prison probably tomorrow to the store to get framed. And then I have like 13 books at CGC right now. So 3 are for Blue Label. I'll reveal those when I get those back, and then I have a handful, like 10 graded books. So 3 Suspiria and then random stuff that Sean has.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go. All right. You can't really follow that commission though.
I know, right?
It really is.
Right? Oh, you should have just saved me for last, though. I guess, right?
Dude, it was so good. Couple things. Actually, when you had Nick on Wednesday, I was thinking about him. I actually text Yi, but Dynamite did a Kickstarter, a Transformers Kickstarter for cards. So most of the con I was waiting in line for Peter Cullen and Frank Welker autos. I'd always wanted to meet Optimus and Megatron. So the first one I got autographed was this Optimus Prime.
Sick, bro. That came out great.
Mm-hmm. And then the next one was Frank Welker.
Oh, bro.
Black that well. The girl who was talking, she was like, you ought to try a thin white pen. She's like, the white pens are thin and it really pops on the signature. And I think it really shows on the sound wave.
Oh, yeah, bro. That's awesome.
That looks badass.
And I don't know if you guys remember in the first episode when they're leaving Cybertron and Megatron calls on Shockwave and Soundwave's in the room and Starscream saying it was his time and Megatron saying never, never. This is one of the cards, and I got Frank to put never on there.
Oh, that's awesome, bro.
Awesome.
Oh, that's
and since he was Soundwave and Megatron, I thought that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things Hood pressed for me a while back was one of the old pamphlets that were the original Transformers.
Oh yeah.
And so that's signed by Peter and Frank as well.
Damn, bro, that looks
that's
great.
Cool. I didn't think you were going to do that. That's cool.
Yeah, that was my idea. They were supposed to be in Houston last year, but I talked to Peter's manager while we were there, and she was saying they got sick, so they weren't able to make it. And then I got him to sign the old school box.
Damn, bro, look at how good that looks.
Because he was gonna put it on the plastic, because a lot of times they sign it clear. I thought it might rub away, and I was like, can we just do it on
Good for
Optimus?
you.
So he was
Good,
cool.
good
I thought
for
that
you.
would. I thought about, he wouldn't sign anything else like let's roll or anything else, because I was like, it'd be really cool. I wanted to pull out the trailer and have him put like let's roll or Autobots
bro, that would've been
something
awesome,
like roll
dude.
out. Yeah. So
iconic. That would have been iconic.
yeah, that would be
And
cool.
he said no, or what?
Yeah, I was honestly surprised I could get Frank to put never, because Yi saw it. I actually had an autographed picture of Megatron already that was signed.
Why did he say no?
They just they will only sign their names, like the people who are beside them, like they're always the ones who are like, no, you can't ask them to do that, or they won't do that. And so they were just like, the damn soup Nazis. They will not let them sign anything besides their name. So because I had an autographed picture of him, and it's one where he kills where he shoots Ironhide, and so I was gonna ask if he could put like the line it was only like 2 or 3 words, a sentences, and woman's like, absolutely no, he can only sign his name. I was like, okay, got it. Relax.
I would have been a motherfucker. Can he sign his name backwards? It's his name. It's his name, right?
It's his name. It's his name.
I want it backwards. I'm dyslexic.
I'm surprised I'm surprised I didn't get kicked out of line too, because I was holding his spot like when he had to use the restroom, because he's basically been there all day.
3 hours,
yeah. And then the funny part was I was like, since he was already to the front by that point, and then I was like, oh, I'll just wait for him. And then some of the security people or volunteers or whatever, they even turned around and was like, hey, what do you need here? I was like, whoa. I was like, I'm waiting for my friend that's getting his stuff signed right now.
Yeah.
Like chill
Ruffians.
out. But yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was just like a crazy area that I'm not used to at a convention.
I'm going to show you this, and it will kind of lead into my last pickup from the con. So if anyone's a big Silverhawks fan, I got the original art for page 6 or I'm sorry, page 17 of like issue 4 or 5. I can't remember.
Monstar.
And the best part is this is just Monstar transforming like as the page, which I thought was really cool.
Oh, that's
and I've been eyeing it for
amazing,
a while.
bro.
Yeah, I love it.
You picked it up at the convention?
No, I got it on eBay. It's been on eBay for a long time. And so I've literally probably followed it for like a year. And I've gone back and forth with an offer to a guy here and there. And so I finally got him down to
a comfortable price that you were willing to pay.
Yeah, it wasn't 5. It was, I think it was 600.
Oh, okay.
Which I thought was fair.
Yeah.
I was like, and so, but I love Monstar. I love like when he turned into, this version. And so I'd gotten the Mark Spears foil from the shop that I go to on the LCS. They had it, someone had ordered the metal version. I think there are only 100 of them made. And Chaz, he was like, hey, just bring me something, I'll trade for it. So I actually brought them one of the absolute Batman #1s I had bought from the store, and it was still had like the price of $3.99 on it. I was like, how about this? He's like, yeah, that's a good trade. So I thought that was pretty ironic, but I was able to get that signed thanks to the guys on the team here, thanks to John and helping me out with this and Joe. But Mark ended up writing the Monstar transformation piece and then signing all the different
That's
Silverhawks.
so sick. Look how good that looks, bro.
It is awesome.
Oh my gosh, that looks good.
It's
and
incredible.
He like color matched like the characters too.
Yep.
I'll take your word for it.
Yep. I'm just letting you know.
Dude, that is so fucking good, bro.
It is awesome, dude.
What
it
are you
is
talking
so
about?
cool.
He signed the pink on the red character, the blue on the blue character, the like, the
Well,
sky blue. The
He's
sky blue.
colorblind.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Well, it's just like when I was up there for Optimus and Megatron, they were like, what color do you want to sign? I'm like, man, I don't know. I was like, just what do you think looks best? I was like, they looked at me like I was a moron. But yeah, that's cool. And then I also got like the one that you showed, Brian, the Mad Balls and the Muscle from Mark. And then I don't have it in here, but I picked up a Pinocchian signed Shirley Johnson #2 from Leg. It looks great.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's awesome, bro.
But yeah.
All right.
I got to wait in the Pinocchio line. That was fun.
Anybody else want to go? Anybody else got any pickups from John? You get ready? All right.
I can go. Yeah.
All right.
I'll show you.
I gotta use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
I got to give a shout out to Jeff Mazza from Dynamic Forces and Dynamite. I grabbed this from his Whatnot live sale. This is a Wizard World Los Angeles exclusive, signed by what's his name?
Brubaker.
Ed Brubaker and Joe Simon.
Joe Simon.
And they only signed 10 copies, so this is #1 of 10.
Wow.
So I'm really happy to get this because Joe Simon is one of the creators of Captain America.
This
is
a sleeper pickup, man.
This is a little bit of a grail for me because I love timely books and I'm a huge also let me go over this is an eBay pickup. 1975 Chile. It looks like almost like a Golden Age book, but it's not. 1975, but it's an awesome decapitation cover. Don't find these books too often, especially in high grade. So I'm really glad to grab that.
I was going to ask you because from where I'm looking at the vantage point, the head at the bottom almost looks like a remark.
Yeah,
right.
A remark. Yeah,
yeah.
It's
like
a paint.
It looks really cool.
Yeah, and then don't think I'm going to be getting a Quintana. What is that? Absolute. Was it Wonder Woman? Batman and Wonder Woman. So I had Sukeisha Ray, also known AKA Sushi. This was also through Maz's Dynamic Forces Whatnot live sale.
Wow.
So I told her
That's
to
cool.
basically draw an homage to Quintana's Wonder Woman in that same pose, and she killed it.
Yeah.
And I had it done on a nice Absolute Batman blank 4th print. And Mazda, being the genius he is, had Dynamic Forces certs made with her name on it, showing that she actually did live artwork during
How cool
which
is
is just
that?
crazy awesome. So shout out to Jeff. Jeff is a good great friend. And then got this Scotty Young cover of Absolute Batman from the Arabian foreign variant. I don't know if you can tell with all this glare, but it's signed by Scott Snyder and Dragotta. So now I'm just going to get Scotty Young on here and call it a day.
Oh yeah.
And
nice.
I got this awesome looking cover as well from the Arabic collection, signed by Scott Snyder. So obviously I got to get Dragotta on here.
How'd you get all these Snyder's autos?
What do you call it?
You know, guy?
That Spider-Man booth did a Scott Snyder and Dragotta signing, and you know they all come with certs and all that stuff. But then I picked this up at MegaCon. So this is an awesome. I'm a huge Beastie Boys fan. So
what is that?
This is like a. I'm gonna assume this is like one of those Fame or Tidal Wave books. But I can't pass up on anything Beastie Boys, and I don't give a shit who made the book. It just looks awesome. It's gold foil, and I luckily have a famous DJ cousin that can probably get me the surviving 2 members to sign this. So that'll be something we come back to one day when it gets done. I think I showed this to some of the guys backstage. This is Clayton Crane's one of his earlier or first published works. I had him sign it. You can't see it too well because I got green light in here and this is a green signature, but Clayton Crane was more than happy to sign this. He says it's the only one that anybody asked him to sign at the con. So that was pretty cool. He got a little flashback on that. Stephen Platt. I'm an old school fan of Stephen Platt. He was at MegaCon as well. And this is a little bit of a kind of a hard to find book from 1999.
One of my favorite series,
America.
Fighting American. That was, if you guys don't know,
this is
they canceled
Rob Liefeld.
They
Is
canceled.
that the one they canceled because of the lawsuit?
Yep. Well, go ahead, Brian. What were you saying?
Oh no, that was it. They canceled it because of the lawsuit. They stopped Heroes Reborn because it sold so terribly. And so Rob just said, screw it. I'm just going to go write all the Captain America stories I was going to write using Jack Kirby's Fighting American character. I'll just get the rights to the character and do it. So,
and he kind of like, he kind of did like a Marvel Universe, but the way he wants to do it, which is pretty cool. So anyway, Platt enjoyed seeing this again and signed it at MegaCon. And then this is another book from my guy, Jeff Mazza from Dynamic Forces Dynamite. This was a metal that's limited to, I think he said around 80 of Red Sonja and by Stephen Platt. And Platt was stoked to sign this. And I also owe him a couple of them because he said he was never given any of the medals. So I said I would send some to him when I can get a hold of them. Then with Hood, I got caught up with Suspiria. And and this is her first exclusive she's ever done. That's what she said, and I didn't know that. And this was also my LCS's exclusive, so they were the first ones to put her on an exclusive. So I'm kind of really happy about that. She signed this as well, the Scotty Young series, the Me You Love in the Dark.
That's her first ever work right there.
Right. And that's surprisingly also my LCS's exclusive. And then this is just another beautiful cover. I forget the name of the Hunt for the Skinwalkers. I'm sorry. And so love that cover. She signed it. And then this is something recent that she put out not too long ago.
Yeah.
Had her sign that.
So if you go back to that Hunt for the Skinwalker, can you hold that Skinwalker book up?
Sure.
So shout out to Chonko's Comics. He actually bought the original art for that piece right there. One of the few Suspiria OAs that wasn't painted. It was just pen and ink, which is very cool. So shout out to Mike over at Chonko's Comics. If you guys aren't following Chonko's Comics, there's a problem. Him and also Big Nasty, they do a show called the Live Show. where they have interview a bunch of people, and they had Suspiria on. They got Mike Zatari jumping on from snit.com soon. They had Adam from Sveta on. They got a lot of people that are doing cool things over that show, so make sure you guys go show them some love.
All right, I got this. Is also most of this is all MegaCon now. What I've been showing you. So this is a Carla Cohen Invincible exclusive they dropped at MegaCon, and if you look at her awesome two-tone colors,
fuck yeah, that was
she signs in.
John.
So I asked her to do the colors of his suit, which was really cool, and then I asked her to do another one in like kind of a blood splatter type of thing.
Yeah. Nice choice.
So, yeah, so she killed that. Sosa Micah. Big fan of her. She's an awesome artist, and I love this cover. So she was there. I was trying to get. I was on the line for EOM or I don't know how you pronounce his last name, but she was right next to him, and she signed it really nice right there. And then with the guy, I got this awesome Wonder Woman, Absolute Wonder Woman cover signed by him, and he has a really cool, signature there. Then he did the Something is Killing the Children, signed right there. Then this Invincible Returns #1, signed right there. And then I like to collect in twos, so I got another one. But this was just an awesome cover. I mean, and then again, hanging out with I want to say this was with Joe. He was talking to Lobos, and James from Hive gave me this book. He's just awesome. This is one of his exclusives from Gun Honey, and this is the homage to Forgive Me, Father. Right, the call. So yeah, got that signed by Lobos. And Ryan Otley signed this amazing stupid rare Mexican. I want to say this is from one of their cons out there, but I'm telling you, this is a ghost even for them. So he signed that
like probably
on the bottom.
Molly.
Yeah, but I mean, even Mexican collectors will tell you this particular issue is a ghost. Anyway, me and Yi caught up with Dan Quintana, and that guy's amazing. Super nice guy, man. Can't wait to see him again. But as you can see, this guy really does awesome artwork and fantastic.
Kind of looks like
signature.
candle wax, bro.
Yeah, he signs with a
sick,
paintbrush.
Yeah,
and
It's a paintbrush, and
Where's his stamp? Because doesn't he have like a
then-
little stamp on there that he puts beside the signature now?
So he has.
Uh,
You have to request it.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah, I
request.
think-
Okay.
yeah, it's kind of like his cert type of thing. The stamp.
That's stupid if
Yeah.
you have to request it. How does that stop the fakes? Like, what the
Right.
fuck is he thinking?
And then I had this
Do it.
awesome
Everybody.
Baroness cover, who kind of looks like Michelle Pfeiffer there.
It does.
Brian's
Catwoman.
turning into Red Hood
gorgeous.
tonight, man.
But right across the forehead, really nice. Brett Bean was at MegaCon, so I got the sketch second print. I think.
How long did
Yeah,
you wait in
second
line
print.
for the Brett Bean autograph?
Oh, I didn't wait for this. Eggplant.
There's no line. It's up
Was
there.
there
How long
online
did
with him.
Eggplant wait in line for that Brett
I have
Bean
no
autograph?
idea. Eggplant went to town and bought a whole bunch of stuff and got a lot of stuff signed, and he hooked me up. And then I got this first print #1 signed by Brett Bean.
Eggplant's a real nice guy, man.
Yes.
Oh, he's the best. And then let's see, this is JP forget how to pronounce his last name, but he is the artist for White Sky. And he was sitting all by himself right across from Clutch. And he just had some beautiful, this was his MegaCon exclusive. And so he signed it there. And he also had a #2, all the original pages to issue 2 in a folder, in a binder right on his table. But I couldn't believe this guy didn't have a friggin' line. That was so weird seeing, like, he's probably arguably got like the top 4 or 5 image books that came out in the past month. And how does he not have a line around the corner? I don't get it. But
He had been sitting there all day, like, so that was Trinity's booth that he was sitting at, and he had
it doesn't
taken
matter
over-
whose booth. There's no reason why he should be sitting there without a line. You know?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like when they were set up,
Yeah.
he had a line all day, and so
Yeah.
like when they broke down, he was still sitting there, and it was kind of cool to like look through his all
Right.
the original art pages.
I got this at my LCS.
Oh, bro, I've never
yesterday.
seen that. Oh my god,
Yes,
that's
this is
fucking
vintage,
awesome.
baby.
What issue is that? I gotta add that to my
1986.
eBay. Hold on here.
Issue number 265
Mad
from 1986. But you don't got to add it to anything because I'm mailing this to you.
Oh, even better, bro. Holy shit.
That's the only reason why I picked it up. He
That's
bought a
awesome,
collection of
bro.
Mad magazines. So
Fuck
of course
yeah.
I love Mad magazines. So I'm flipping through the pile and I pulled a few out that I like. But then I saw this one. And I was like, this is for my buddy right here.
What's the
So,
cover, John?
This is issue number 265 from 1986. It is a garbage pail issue. It's called.
Oh, okay.
And it's Alfred E. Newman as a garbage pail kid. And it's stupid high grade. Like this is something you can actually.
It looks clean.
It's amazingly high grade. Yeah, whoever's collected these, just maintained them perfectly. Anyway, so when I saw it, I was like, I already had you in mind on this, so this is being shipped to you.
But
Yes, man.
the real question is, did he fold the back?
I don't know. It didn't look like anything was folded. Also, one more quick thing. I want to give a shout out to Joey Gnarly. He ran it to me at MegaCon, and he's really cool. He gave me his book, Seaweed Pirates. Number 1.
That's cool.
And it's super dope. I'm assuming it has something to do with weed because it says prepare to be stonified. So, but
big shout out. He's a listener.
One thing I told him, because he ran into me in front of Mark's booth, and ironically, I told him, you sitting in front of a man or standing in front of a man that never gave hope on his dreams for how many, for what, 2 decades, and he's got like one of the top books on the planet. So I said, so just remember that and keep pushing to do your book. Don't let it, let your dream slip away. So he was really happy to hear that, and I really like this, so I told him I'd give him a shout out. He also gave me this beautiful hat.
That's a dope
He's got
hat.
beautiful merch, man. Yeah, he gave me this and a t-shirt. I don't have the t-shirt around, but super nice guy. I'm glad I got to meet him. He loves Brian. He loves the show like really big time. So yeah. And this was on Mark's table. If you haven't read Midnight Man yet, you are missing out. It is such a freaking great read. And this was the rookie card they gave you if you were wearing a Mark Spears Monsters t-shirt or a hat when you were at the table to make a purchase. So this was limited to 200, and they were already signed by him. And so really cool. The show was great, and I'm really happy the way things turned out. And that's it. I can't show you any of my Mark Spears books because they're all CGC. So, basically you'll see a box opening. I did get this 1-of-1 card that I pulled from the Kickstarter box, and Mark signed it for me. So this is going to go to PSA. And then this is a really cool card that came from the first series of Monsters cards that Mark dropped. He used his son, Chase, who's also quite the artist. He used his sketch as part of his monster set, okay? And Chase was telling me there's only like 50 of these that were printed for the set. So it's a really rare card. And so I had Chase Spears sign it right there. And then he was nice enough to put 1-of-1 there because he said it's the only one he's going to sign. And then his father signed it right there. So this is going to PSA, so it's going to get a dual signature of Chase Spears and Mark Spears. And if you ever see Chase with his father at a table, he's a super nice kid and he's super talented.
Was it the Peacemaker piece that he had on the table?
Yeah.
That art he had?
Yeah.
He brought like
really
4
pieces, yeah.
Yeah.
And
because he went over
both Chase and Lucas were standouts of the con. Like very, very stand up. Mark and Melissa should be very, very proud with the how Chase and Lucas have grown and turned into something special. Very respectful kids too.
And Lucas, his other son, was co-writer for Monsters #9. And anybody who read #9, that read and the book itself was just It was killer. It was huge. It's probably one of the best reads and one of the best issues in the run so far.
I was going to ask you at the very end of number 9 when they light the cigar. Is that Midnight Man, or he's because you only see the sky? Okay, I was trying to figure that part out because I haven't read Midnight Man yet, so I didn't know if that was.
No, I'm not going to do any spoilers on here.
I'll say it. The guy who's lighting the cigar, well, he's lighting a cigar of somebody who's invisible, right?
Not going to say. Midnight Man #1. First appearance at Dead End.
Yeah.
Anyway, read it. I'm telling you, it was supposed to be a one shot, and then he changed.
And by the way, that was Lucas's. Shout out to Lucas for that one, for coming up with that idea at the end of 9.
Well, I will say during the interrogation, I did not see the mask coming off the the cop coming at all.
Yeah.
Because that's
shout
why I
out
bought
to my New York Yankees
#1 with that one. Oh Lord!
With their first sweep of the season right away.
Well, they'll be swept many times as the rest of the year goes on.
I want to talk about 2 books that I picked up from creators at the con. First off, big shout out to Dominic Glover, who's in the chat quite often, and I was blown away by his work on his book right here. This book is amazing. Monkey with a Katana. Absolutely amazing interior art. I haven't read it yet, but the art is amazing. So really big shout out to Dominic Glover for this book is fantastic. And I'm going to read the whole thing here in a little bit and check it out. But then this one, shout out to my boy Kyle over at Comics Elite, doing great things with his book Seeds of Evil. This was the Ash Can. So Kyle Curtis, if you guys don't know, helps Sean with the Hot 10 and the Bottom 10 over at Comics Elite YouTube channel. And this is his comic, Seeds of Evil, based on the first serial killer in America, H.H. Holmes, I believe. And it is fantastic. And the story is great. But even better, he came up with this great idea to anybody that picked up the Ash Can at the con, got this special ticket where if they take this to New York City Comic Con, he will give them a special book that's limited to the amount of tickets that get redeemed, which is super cool. So,
that's cool.
Right? So shout out to Kyle for dropping that book. That was fucking amazing. So, all right.
Oh, can I tell a real quick cool Comics Elite story?
Yes, yeah.
So I'm hanging out with Red Hood before the show starting, and then Ernie is walking around, and I used to buy from their live shows a long time ago, and Ernie's coming up to us, and then he's like, hey man, you probably don't know who I am. I'm a listener of the show, like, and I work with Comics Elite, and he's about to say his name, and then I was like, wait a minute. Don't tell me your name. And I'm like, is your name Ernie? And then he's like, you know my name? I was like, yeah, man. I was like, I used to buy from Comics Elite like a lot before I was on the podcast. And then he's like, oh, that's awesome. Da, 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 da. And so, later on in the day, I'm walking around the con. I talked to Sean for a little bit at the booth. And then he's telling me, he's like, hey, and I think we had just had a session. So he's like, hey, Aaron, Ernie's saying what's up to you. And I was like, hey, what's up, man? And I looked to the side and I was like, oh, you are wearing your sandals. Cause like, if you don't know, his whole thing is that he always wears sandals, like while he's like selling comic books, like whether it's summer, winter, whatever in Indiana. So I was like, I just wanted to see if you were really wearing sandals all the time. That's what I said. So,
hey, I have one question on about pickups.
Showing his toes at a Comic Con.
Help out Alex get that pickup?
Yes, he did.
Was it Daphne Keene?
Yep.
The X23?
Yep.
Or sorry, NYX3?
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, totally.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey Brian, one more thing real quick. Can you throw me up on the screen real quick? If you don't mind.
Make him take that damn necklace off and the hat.
No. What's wrong with that necklace? Anyway, Hood had these hats made. This is just super, super fucking awesome. This is the Mark Spears. What is that? Red Hood, the Hood Sig.
The Hood Sig.
Yeah, man, and that's an embroidered signature on there. It's just such a cool hat.
Sweet.
And he's got one on now for himself, and then he had a couple made for some of the guys in the colors that kind of represent their teams that they like or whatever, and so he brought these to Comic-Con. I think anybody who saw some video of some of Mark's, like I think at his booth, he had it on for a while, and then but really nice hood. Thank you very much for giving me one of these.
Melissa loved hers. I
Melissa
got her one in pink.
Yeah,
a
she
pink,
wore hers
colorway.
like throughout the con, and so again, thank you. And this is
Kev says,
really
I don't know if you see it, John, in the chat, but Kev says we ought to get those put in Mets colors.
But this,
yeah,
and then what? Jinx him? I don't think so.
Get out of here.
We can do it in this color if you want. Maybe blue and white.
Real quick, I want to give a quick shout out to a couple of super chats. Shout out to Official Music Pub Kev for the 20 gifted memberships. Also, shout out to one of the greatest names in the chat, Hard Nips Gizzardo, says, quote, with a $5 super chat, at conventions, do you ship larger purchases home or carry them in your luggage? If carried, how do you protect them from damage?
Oh, can I take this one?
Yes.
Okay, so what I do at conventions, right? So I like to carry 4 store folios because my backpack that I carry around on the con floor can fit 3. So I max out in that section. And then once I have all 4 of those filled up of like books either I sold or I'm picking up for other people protected in my briefcase, it'll fit all in there, like on the sides. And then any leftover books I have, I tend to wrap them in my clothes that I'm not wearing anymore to protect the corners and edges. And then I'll either put that in my briefcase or I'll carry it in my backpack. So either or, it's always like on me as a carry-on. So this last one, I had sweatpants that I fit 2 stacks of comics in, and they weren't books for like other people. They were my books. So if they got damaged, it's kind of like, good luck, Retro. Can you fix them? No, I'm just joking. But
real quick, I want to give a big shout out to Donald, who's dropping multiple super chats. He says, finally get to catch a show live. And what's up, Hood, Nate, Yee, and the gang? Thank you, Donald, for hanging out tonight, brother. It's good to see you.
What's up? And then there's other I know there's a certain size briefcase that you can fit like basically 2 short boxes in as well, and then you can use it as a carry-on. So if you want to go that method, but then you also have to have a something to carry around 2 short boxes on the con floor, so like a little dolly or something like that. So it just depends on your scale, is what I'm alluding to.
Yeah, I know that there's a couple of things. I'm glad James just jumped in from live from C2E2. One of the things that I've heard that retailers do is they'll get these certain size luggage that you can buy at Walmart or something that fits short boxes perfect in the luggage. And then you just pay for first class airfare because you get 2 free carry-ons and you can carry those on and not have to pay the, so it kind of, offsets.
It can be up. It can be up to.
Is that a James trick? Because I see him smiling.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Business class is my friend.
Do you take the luggage back to Walmart after you get back? Because then you just
no. But business class is my friend. The lower penalties for luggage over certain pounds and the free bags, and it's when you weigh the cost, it's like
it's about the same.
It costs you like maybe $30 more, but you get better seats. Like I flew here, I picked an exit aisle because I felt like sitting in an exit aisle, but it was like for me to pick an exit aisle, and my bags were free or were with the ticket. They weren't free, but
Donald says,
I mean, it's
real quick. Donald says, Brian, are you heading to Heroes? Want to hook up? There's a chance that we could be heading to Heroes. We're working on that now, and if so, 100%. Let's talk about C2E2 a little bit, bro. How's it been so far? Did you just get
Hey,
there?
if you guys want to see my pickups, just go to my IG.
Oh, wait.
and
Hold
that'll be
on.
my
You're
pickups.
100% right. We totally skipped on Hood. Hold on here. Before
No,
we get
it's
to
okay, bro.
C2E2.
Hood,
You're
Hood.
100% right.
You got to show that with Spears
Hood
covered
got
that
the
one.
second best pickups at the con, by the way.
No, I don't have. I put it up, man. So
Did you really? Oh,
Yeah.
wait, hold on here. Because we got to have you talk about this a little bit. Because you did talk about it a little bit on the last night on Hot 10, right, Hood? But you didn't really get into it much. But this is probably, I think it's up there, but it doesn't beat Yee's Joker piece, but it's very close because of how important it is to Elias Chatzoudas to begin with. Talk about this, Hood.
Oh, so I think John, were you with me when I bought this?
Yes. Yeah.
So, yeah, I was going through his pieces, and then I saw the art book, and then as I'm going through his OA, I saw the original, and then I was looking at it, and then he like made a, oh, I did not want to bring that, and I said, well, shit, now I gotta have it, right? So I haggled him, and then his handler put the square out, like done deal. Just tap it, right? So I took that, and I didn't realize he also had it for his business card. So he published the art, and that's one of the pages inside the art book of that. And so I just thought it was pretty cool to have a published piece with, I mean, he didn't want to sell it because it was on his fucking business card. So it meant that much to him. So I thought it was a beautiful rendering of just one of his characters. So
did you get it framed like that one that you sent to the group?
No, so I'm going to get it framed just like that. So I used Chat GBT to give me a kind of an idea.
Oh, like a
of
rendering.
how,
That was a great idea, Hood. Great idea.
right. So I kind of I want another business card because on the back of it has almost a metallic auto of his name, of his signature, and you can see it right after this. Hold on. Like that's the front of it and the back of it.
Yeah, totally, Hood.
So
Great
I
idea.
kind of would love to put that on there as well. So,
Great idea.
Yep.
yeah.
Nice.
So that was I was working for Mark all weekend, so I didn't get a chance to really. I went and saw Suspiria, and luckily, Clutch had our San Diego variants. He had a few of them, and he had Aaron bring him over to me, which I'm very, very thankful for because I had Suspiria original art that I forgot to fucking bring. And then so I was pretty disappointed with that because I wanted to get she did sign the OA because I thought she didn't, but she did. And I got the G.I. Joe. Can you see this? Here, blow me up. So I got her to sign that, and then she did a remark by
Oh, that's awesome,
that's
bro.
yeah, Mama. So, and then of course the Scarlet, and then so shout out Clutch. Thank you, man. I was able to get some Suspiria autos, and then I picked up another Suspiria book. One of her latest drops. I had her sign that, and then Lobos.
Did you get your hat remarked by Mark?
Yeah, he put some bats on there.
Yeah, cool.
Nice.
So, and then that's about it. And then I didn't get a chance to spend any money really at the con. So luckily my buddy Steven at the shop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Shout out CBCS.
That was just a good transition piece, though.
Those will hit 9/8.
Hey,
Crack 'em
this
and
is a
send 'em.
great third-party authentication that you want to send your books out. Like a shout out for them giving me a 9.8 and a 9.6 respectively. So send your books to CBCS, man. They're fire, bro.
Well, I think that's a nice little Segoo. So James, stick around for a bit because that's a Segoo in two.
I got at you, McClay. I hope this makes your couple drama, because these dudes, goofy ass dudes.
Into the into the into the
But let's get down to business.
Let's get down to business. All right. Let's get down to business. Ladies and gentlemen, there was a shot across the bow that was unnecessary, very unnecessary, and has done nothing but hurt CGC, in my opinion, as we'll talk about here in a second. But of course, we all know that CBCS is no longer out there. Their PSA took over and shut it down, which, to be honest, ever since about 2017, probably should have happened around then. You know what I mean? Because other than CBCS making a couple funny little Bananagate shot videos, they've been pretty shitty for the last, I don't know, 7 years or so. And none of us are surprised that they got shut down. But what is surprising was this message from Steve Eichenbaum, the CEO of CGC, where he said, "There was another major shakeup in the world of grading this week, but this time I don't think anyone is surprised. Collectors place a lot of trust in grading services. You need to trust that the grading service is accurate." That's very interesting that he says that. "You also need to trust that the grading service treats your collectibles with care." It's very interesting that he says that. "And when you're building a collection with that grading service, you need to trust that your grading service still will be around in the future. Today, everyone should be asking themselves, which grading service do I trust with my collection?" Since 1987, CGC companies have focused on a singular purpose: to protect collectors and dealers by providing accurate and impartial grading services, where they failed immensely. Where other grading services have come and gone, CGC stands out for its consistency. Wrong. They stand out just because people will pay more money for your book, not because of consistency. That's one reason why collectors and dealers have trusted us with more than 110 million collectibles, including CGC certified Action Comics #1 that just realized 15 million. That was pretty cheesy for him to bring that up because, I mean, come on, wait until PSA gets one of those. A question I frequently pose to our teams to ground us and to orient us is, who are we and where are we going? For me, the answer is that we are the clear choice for collectors and that we are not going anywhere. We will always be here with expert service and enhance the collecting experience. If you are asking who you can trust with your collection, you can trust us now and in the decades to come. What a completely tone deaf response from a company that probably should have come out and said, "Hey, we respect everybody at CBCS that put in the work and the effort to make grading comic books a product and something that people want." And this made CGC look so cheesy, absolutely cheesy. And if you read some of the comments, it's unbelievable what some of the comments say. And I would suggest that you guys go read the comments because by far, the majority of them are saying this was so negative and so cheesy for them to put out that karma, and I've seen a couple people say it in the chat and a couple in the post, that karma is going to hit them hard. The amount of issues and scandals that CGC has had over the last 2 years, let alone 10 years, is ridiculous for them to come out and say that they are the highest standard, because they are not that worthy of this type of post. That's my opinion. And it was pretty sad to see. And I would love to hear Matt Nelson's thought on this post. I know that that's like a fly in the room type thing that we'll probably never hear, but I would love to hear what Matt thinks about this.
Has Steve ever said anything negative about CBCS before? because I know CBCS has said a lot of negative things about CGC in the past,
And
justified or not, but I know that they've done a tremendous amount of shit talking.
Yeah, but
And
what
I get what you're saying, but it's like like from the 90s, like I've always been the guy that I'm a great loser, but I'm a fucking terrible winner. And I just love it when somebody like finish him and comes up with a fucking fatality like that. Like to me, like because CBCS had like taken a lot of shots, and
but
this
the
guy hadn't said
fatality.
anything, man.
But here's the problem, Hood. The fatality is not about CBCS at this point.
It's not.
It all that this did was put a chip on PSA's shoulder, and PSA
I
is
think
the
it
big
was more
dog.
personal. I think it was more personal.
But
And
PSA
it was a
is the big
message.
dog in this fight, bro. Right?
Yeah, they are. I mean, they've taken some market share because they're fresh and new, and but it's interesting. It's like a phone call could have, probably saved him. And I'm just giving my perspective.
Totally,
right.
I totally
I'm just
get
giving
that.
my.
Yeah,
I'm
and we
not
want that.
saying this
Yeah.
guy's right or wrong. Like, but I certainly appreciate somebody going in for the fucking kill. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It just like, but he should have taken shots along with them taking shots. And that just let this boil up into one big wham because, optics are, people are going to just be in their, like, I'm going to be totally honest of how I took it. I'm not going to get on my high horse and say, oh man, this is bad optics and he shouldn't have done this and it's low class. And like, I'm going to tell you how I feel. I thought, you know what? Fuck them. They were talking shit for years. I didn't say anything. So now fuck you. That's the way I took it.
Yeah, but the problem is that CGC has had so many scandals in the last couple of
They
years
have,
that they should
and
not
it's-
be making this type of comment. With
But
the
it-
Banana
you know,
Gate, the flippers, where they're pulling, taking books
I
out.
get it.
Being able to break a case with one hand like you can, like they are so tone deaf, and it would have been so much, in my opinion, and I respect Hood's opinion, so I understand where Hood's coming from, but at the same
but
time,
I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Like I could easily, but I mean, I wouldn't be keeping it real if I didn't tell you how I felt. And most of you guys know like how I feel. Like I say what's on my, I mean what I say and I say what I mean.
Yeah.
I just like you take any major sports franchise, they're going to have issues and it's always certain employees. Now, did any of the, like in that pocket of the top 10 employees in that company have some kind of issue, or did they do something inappropriate or something like that? And still, no, it was one of their, people on the ground, so to speak, that caused some of these issues, whether it's quality control and that. Now, are they liable? Well, absolutely. But it would be different if one of the key people in this on their tree, so to speak, like from head grader to president or whatever, if they did something inappropriate. But it's always these employees that are part-time that are do something that they're not supposed to be doing, and it makes the company look bad. But I just say, as long as like the heads of the company, if they keep their noses clean, I don't have a problem with them.
So I like this post. It says, maybe you should fix what's wrong with your own company. Just because you hold a monopoly doesn't mean you're a better option. You're the only option. That's the problem. There's no actual standard to grading each book, and it's objective to the grader on that day. Therefore, no one knows what truly is a 9.8 or a 9.6. You have plenty of bad history as well, with scandals and broken slabs. Make these improvements, and you'll see a change in tone from customers. And that, to me, is the type of thing, like we always talk about how, pot calling the kettle black, throwing stones from a glass house.
Yeah.
especially when it comes to business and a big business that the collectibles grading industry is. This type of comment probably caused a lot of people to say, well, guess where I'm taking my grading service? I'm not able to grade at CBCS anymore. Now I'm going to PSA because of this.
I think,
which is a parallel move anyways, because that's the same company.
And you're right. Like, when it comes down to it, from a business perspective, this wasn't the message to send. They should have gone total high road with it and been like, you know, CBCS, your contributions to the grading and to the comic community have been massive. Like, they could have taken the total high road on this. But I agree with Hood. Like, CBCS poked the bear for like a decade, and there was underhanded comments, and there was things that were like, I don't know, maybe just not enough people are aware of that history, but like, it's been going on. It's been a battle of words. But I mean, I've been through battles of words before too, like Hive has in the past, and if you take the high road, you come out looking shiny. So CGC definitely should have taken the high road. But on like them fixing what's wrong with their company, CGC, I mean, CBCS was a lot. They were very similar. Like, all these grading companies did a good job of fixing issues. Nobody was fast about it though. And I think that's one thing that CGC and all these companies maybe should have learned from each other, is like, when issues are brought up, they should be fixed immediately. There's still some issues with CGC that are still ongoing, but they've addressed and fixed some that they've had in the past. But I mean, the subjective grading, I don't know if you can fix that, because I don't know if even if you do fix it, are people are still gonna bitch when they get a 9.6 and they think they should have got a 9.8.
Well, I think one of the big problems that I keep on hearing, there's two big problems right now. One, people are grading less. Now, I'm not saying that means that they're getting less submissions, but there's been a big change in how people see grading over the last 2 years, where they're okay with not grading as many books as they did in the past. Now there's more collectors coming into the thing, so maybe that hasn't hurt them as much. But you know, people are okay with grading less right now. So that's a problem when you make this type of comment, you know, and it's like you're kind of talking shit when people are already grading less and you already have scandals.
But then they're also they're continually increasing the price too as well.
Exactly.
You know what
yes.
I mean?
And I bet you we see an increase coming soon again.
I told my son the other day, he wanted to write a letter to one of his teachers and tell his teacher that, like, you know, how influential this teacher was to him and how he hopes he has other classes with him later in his high school thing, and like how he's the best teacher he's ever had in all of school. And we're like, that's great, you should do that. And then he goes, hey, should I write a letter to this other teacher and tell her how her class made me fall out of my love of writing? Like, I don't even like writing anymore because of her. And I had to tell him, like, there's being honest, and there's being malicious in explaining the difference. And I think in this instance, CGC was not malicious, but they were a little malicious when they didn't need to be. And I think that's the only issue I have with this. But like one side of me was like pumping my fist and being like, yeah, fuck yeah, CGC. So I don't know where I fall on it.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. And I think we talk about this a lot, or at least I talk about this a lot. One of the best things to do is just go and look at what other people think. And the comments on this are just, it's pretty scathing. And there's a ton of them, to the point where I wouldn't be surprised if they shut off comments.
People love to get on their high horse and right. I know some of these people, and I'm just like, what? Okay, bro, whatever, you know?
Yeah. It's a very weird thing, because then a lot of these people who are making these comments are still going to send their books to CGC because they know.
Are.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell you, with every major scandal was the president not willing to come out at any time to come on any show and talk about the opportunities they had. I don't remember CBCS coming on Beyond Wednesdays or
No.
I
Other than
definitely know
Steve Borak, we
Yeah, I
were
was gonna
very
say,
lucky
we
to
had
have
him
Steve. Yeah.
once.
But he was former CBCS at
Yeah,
that point.
former, yeah.
Well,
But when
I tell
these
you what,
the shit
Hood.
was in the fire, like Matt Nelson threw his hat in the ring, said, "Okay, let me have it."
Well,
And
here's the thing, Hood. Something was very interesting. Steve Borak jumped on with us on the
saw that.
industry show on Tuesday. And to me, that was very interesting because, Steve's he's an old school hippie, right? He's a Grateful Dead fan. He's an old school hippie. He's the type of guy who doesn't want any strife. But at the same time, here he is willing to finally jump on and say, there was some
Absolutely.
bullshit going on at CBCS. And there's some bullshit going on at CGC. There's some bullshit going on all these things to where, they care more about making money than they do about holding that standard. And that was mind-blowing to me, Like, here's a guy who started CGC and CBCS, and he's saying that, their quote-unquote standard to the hobby isn't up to par. And that means a lot, right?
I would say the grading from CGC from I would say from when I started grading like 05, 06. From that point, like the cases were shit. Now the cases have improved, but the grading has improved a lot too. I mean, I would. There's only so much you can put on a grader's note. I do know that when guys send me their books and they're like 9.4s or 9.6s, and they tell me I don't know how in the hell I got a 9.8, I crack the fucking book open. I mean, it looks beautiful. It looks like a 9.8, but then I start turning the pages and there's pages bent inside the fucking book. And I was like, I don't know how I got it. Well, if you opened your book, maybe you could see why you got a fucking 9.4 or 9, and then there's the biggest thing that I have is when they overgrade on a book and don't really throw down the hammer on some of these books. And so when I crack it, I'm working hard to get the grade that they already gave them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not really a 9.4. It's more like a 9.0. And I got it in a 9.4. So when a customer gets, hey, well, no improvement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, bro, that book should have been graded a 9.0. They overgraded it. I got it back at its right grade. If it's meant to be a 9.8, it's meant to be a 9.8. Fucking Ben Stein sent 50 books in. He got 35 9.8s. Like
well, that Golden Age book I sent you, I think that one was overgraded, and you did a hell of a job pressing it. And if it comes back the same grade it was, it presents better now than it did.
Oh yeah.
In its previous grade, and that's all I wanted out of it. And a lot of people don't realize that stuff. But I mean, I had a submission for a customer. I do a good job pre-screening. I've sent in thousands upon thousands of books. I'm a pretty good at calling a 9.8 a 9.8 and a 9.6 9.6, even by CGC standards. But we got to back up a bad one. Like, I think 14 of his books hit 9.6 or lower. And I said, well, that can't be right. Send them all to me. I'll reach out to CGC. And he sent them all to me. And sure enough, there was something. And every single one of them, I was like, I've seen this in the past where they've decided this is still a 9.8, but technically, yes, I could see it as a 9.6.
Yeah, their grading standards have changed over the years, and that's very obvious. And that's the worst thing about CGC and grading. The standard should be the standard, and it should never change.
Yeah. And it shouldn't change regardless of the age of the book. And we see Red Hood's seen that a lot, and I've seen it a lot. Like, they grade older books sometimes a little friendlier, understanding that the age of the paper does things naturally. But in my mind, in my head, nowhere else does that happen, right? That doesn't happen in sports cards, does it? Or does it?
No,
do they grade old cards differently because they're old?
No.
And that's where I respect Matt Nelson, because when we had him on, and I don't know if Brian remembers this, I asked him, has there ever been a time where the book, and I know CBCS did this fucking check mark, like
Yeah, that was
it
ridiculous.
presents better than what it really is.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Like
that's what I'm having
that
you
doesn't
do.
make any sense.
Grade it.
Like if it presents better than a 9.2, give them a fucking 9.4.
Amen.
And
That's a
that
9.4.
just was absurd to me, right? But Matt said, because I asked him, I go, has there ever been a time a book, the luster, the color reflectivity of a book is so the eye appeal is on another level. It's just like, it's beautiful, but it's got these flaws on there. Does that merit a sway as far as a half a point, half a grade? And he goes, absolutely. And he goes, that was a great question. And that's all I wanted to know, because if you've got a book with minimal flaws, not all books are created equal, right? They may have, like, if I've got this book and they both have the same flaws, but this book, the eye appeal on it, the colors are vibrant. It's fucking like looking at 4K resolution. That book should get the higher grade. It can't be just cookie cutter. It can't be. There's got to be something that, okay, well, why did that? Well, that book looks better. And honestly, if they put their as far as a retailer or LCS or something, if they put that book in the wall, they have a better chance of selling that book as opposed to that book, even though they're both the same grade. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Here's part of the problem. Read the fucking room, CGC. Like,
Yeah,
I
know.
hope that they come out and make a response to
They
this.
already buried the competition. They didn't need to fucking.
They didn't need this response. Yeah, they
But
didn't
the
need this.
competition
No,
is
they didn't
bought
need
up
to
by PSA, though, and it's
Yeah,
like,
but that's the problem. Why they should have also took a step back, be like, you're talking shit, but the bigger junkyard dog is the one who you need to be afraid of, and they shut this down because they're taking over. And we're already seeing PSA slab books sell for more than the average of what a CGC slab books on certain books, especially lower, like 9.6 and lower. That is the type of thing, like, they need to come out hopefully and say something about this. Otherwise, again, it's just the disconnect between the big businesses in this industry and the collector. The disconnect. This shows the disconnect right here, and you're the big dog by default at this point, CGC. That's the only reason. It's not because of your grading standards. It's not because of anything else. It's by default at this point, and they better hope that PSA doesn't catch on, because, listen, karma's a motherfucker, and we talk about it all the time, and this one did not play out well, for sure. And here's the other thing. PSA is such a bigger name than CGC. We just don't realize it yet in the comic world. And once PSA starts grading manga, if they do, and starts grading some of these other things, and here's the big key, which, a lot of people are saying CGC is going to raise their prices. If PSA lowers their prices, holy shit, bro. PSA should come out right now and say, you know what? We're going to drop our prices by 10% or 20% for the next so many months in response to CGC saying they're the big dog. And let's see what happens. We're going to hire more people, and our turnaround time is going to be less. We're going to grade to a standard that's going to be the standard for as long as we're grading books. Like, that's the type of thing we need to see. So, two things I'm looking out for: CGC's response to the negative press and PSA's response to this.
Is Steve Eichenbaum the main guy? I can't see him saying, "Hey, I just want to just kind of retract my statement and say what I really meant to say was go fuck yourselves."
Bro, if he did that, holy shit.
But no, honestly, Brian, you know, like for what it's worth, to me, I don't read too much into CBCS. Talk so much shit, dude. Like, and then they didn't say anything. Like, I honestly thought they would respond to the Banana Gate thing, which I mean, and I'm sure they knew. You know, they're like, fuck, man. You know, and then the pressure, like the amount of like now, like the amount of like, there's no way, but I can't imagine the amount of inventory that goes into that fucking place, and then just the pressure of making sure everybody's books are like, man, I wouldn't want any piece of that fucking guy. I'd probably go fucking crazy in there, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, let's see what happens. PSA though, like the only thing that I would say is, man, the fucking slabs are heavy, and you know, be careful what you ask for. You know, you want an impenetrable slab, like there's only one way to do it. I think PSA gave you what you asked for, but it fucking try carrying 10 of them. Try carrying 10 of them in a backpack at a con. Like, you'll have back problems.
Yeah,
you
they're
know what I
heavy.
mean? Like,
Yeah, I agree.
they're heavy as shit. Now,
But if
can
you
you
drop it,
crack
you're
them
gonna be
open with
happy.
one? Can you crack them open with one hand? I don't think, man, you need some tools, bro. And
Yeah.
CBCS's newer slabs were like they got it. They finally got it right, but the label, I hated the label.
Yeah.
What CGC's done, I'll tell you, if they get more of these properties to where they do, have you seen the Invincible labels? Like, have you seen the J. Scott Campbell label? Have you to where it makes it more like it's connected to your collectible?
Hopefully,
Man,
PSA will look into that.
Figured that out. You know.
Well, you know what?
If
Here's
they
something
get some
interesting. PSA bought Beckett, right? What is Beckett grading known for? They're known for that gold and black 10.
Gold and black, BGS 10, baby.
If
BGS
PSA
10.
starts doing subgrades and adopts that gold and black label for a 1010, that could be huge.
CGC already did that with the cards, though.
Yeah.
CGC's got their pristine. They've got the pristine 10s. They're black and gold pristine 10s.
But it's not going to touch the Beckett. So I talked.
Oh, of course not. No, of course not. Of course not.
Yeah, yeah.
The Beckett 10 is crown jewel of any grading standard. A Beckett 10 is crown jewel.
Yeah, because of the subgrading, right? You have perfect 10s on.
Yeah, the 10-10 subgrading. Yeah.
But PSA is already kind of set up for that anyways, right? With the way they're doing comic grading. Like, when you hit a 10 on comics, is that gold label.
Amen. All they need to do is make it black, keep the gold foil, game over.
I've said for years, and this is all it would have taken for CBCS to overtake CGC, is because their grading standards, the last couple of years, their grading standards have gotten close. They've gotten close. Where a crossover probably wasn't, you'd probably get the same grade 95% of the time. The label, it is the label that killed CBCS in most collectors' eyes. CGC has been so far ahead, and all PSA has to do is listen to the consumer. If they listen to the consumer, but I have no faith that they will, because PSA could have done the same shit with cards for the last however many years. They could have done cool ass labels.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean? Imagine having an Otani rookie with an Otani signature label.
Yeah,
you know what I
totally,
mean?
bro.
Or something like that. They could have been doing this. So do I think they're going to do it now? No.
Well,
if they do it, do I think it catches them up to CBC quicker? Yes.
I would disagree with that, because they have listened to the consumer, right? And the reason why I say that is because if you look at the PSA label from when they had the prototypes with the Kif shoes and all that with the comics,
true.
Those were completely different than with the PSA slabs that we see now. You know, because they had the standard PSA label where the grades were really small to read, like, you know, where it looked like any other PSA. And then they took all the feedback from the comic community at San Diego and listened to everyone's opinion, like, hey, this is what we want to see. And they took all those, you know, all those suggestions, and that's the label we have now. So I feel like they did listen to the consumer in that sense. That, you know, it's not just an exact replica of like the game or of the card label.
Well,
but it's still within the brand.
The other big problem that PSA has is that there's so much fuckery on the card end, right? They have a lot of fuckery going on. Here's a perfect example. A GameStop order was listed on eBay before it was even shipped. So I bought this card from GameStop on March 11th. 5 days ago, waiting for it to be shipped. It was a PSA 10 card. And then when he got it, it was a different cert number. And I guess it showed up a different grade when he got it. Which, like, these type of things that are showing up are a problem. And there's so many issues with PSA grading. It's unreal right now. Card grading, that is. So they've got to be careful where they're coming into the comic world, and at the same time, they're a card grading company, and they need to realize that comics are not cards. Okay, their turnaround times are going to be longer when you grade a comic compared to card. You need to treat the people who are putting in the books differently. It's a totally different subset. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. But at the same time, I think the ultimate point of all this is when you're on top, there's no need to punch down. You know what I mean? Like there's no need. So,
oh yeah.
Another thing that I want to talk about is this. You guys know that we can't stand pack searchers, pack weighers, all that bullshit that is ruining the hobby. And I thought this was interesting. Check this out.
Oh, yeah. I saw this. This is crazy. With his fucking fingernails, bro.
What you doing to the cards, man? I'm doing shit to the cards.
He just keeps doing it, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, my theory is that he's looking for the All Kings card.
Yeah.
Because it's in a different shape, and he's feeling for that corner to see if there's any round-edged cards, right?
Yep.
It's the only thing I could, like, realistic, because it's a super short print, right?
And this guy's saying to him, like, what are you doing, dude? And the guy's going, like, I'm not doing nothing. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to tell you shit.
You're spending cards?
No, I'm not bending cards.
Ma'am, you work here? This guy's ruining the cards.
No,
he's
I'm
bending
not.
them. Look at him.
I know. No.
Can you get him to stop doing that?
No.
Bend the cards and ruin them?
And she even said there's a lot of people that do that. Target and Walmart, listen up closely. If you're allowing people to do this, there's a fucking problem. There's a big problem. This should never be allowed. Ever.
I'm not ruining the cards, man.
You can't do that.
I'm not.
You gotta have somebody kick him out.
You know, it's bad enough you get jack shit at retail anyway.
Amen.
Right?
Amen.
Right? It's bad enough that there's nothing out there. It's all junk. And then so you got some motherfucker here trying to take the little meat on the bone there is in fucking retail.
Amen.
Like, come on, bro. That's
bro.
why nobody gets anything, dude.
Yep.
That's why nobody pulls anything, dude. Because the motherfuckers like this.
Yeah, I mean, he might as well just have a scale on him at this point.
Right?
No shit.
You can't do that. He's ruining the cards.
No, I'm not.
He's ruining your product. He's putting his fingernails in them. He's denting them.
No, I'm
Look
not.
at him.
No.
What are you doing then? You need asset
crazy.
protection over here right now.
He's searching packs.
Seriously.
Bottom
You
line.
need asset protection over here right now. He's ruining your
I
cards.
am not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
You're putting your fingernails in them. That's
No,
ruining them. Yes, you're ruining them right now.
No.
You don't ever need to be back in here again. You're ruining the hobby for everybody who buys a pack there. That's a $15 pack you're ruining.
Can I get you over here, please?
Please, somebody get over here. You're a pain in the ass. You know that? You're a bitch for doing that. You're ruining the cards, man.
No, I'm not.
This is a hobby that people spend their money on, and you're ruining it.
I'm not ruining.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Then what are you doing? If you're not ruining the cards, then what are you doing? Checking for hits? That's even worse. Look
And he
at this,
continues
man.
doing it. He
You're
doesn't stop.
the worst kind of human there is. These are kids that are going to buy this. children.
This ain't a kid's hobby anymore. You know that.
This is what kids do. They buy this.
This is not a kid's hobby.
He just ruined all the
I
cards.
did not ruin
He just put them all down and used his fingernail. And I recorded.
You know what? If I was the guy that was recording this guy, I would say, okay, I want all the packs you put to the side. I want those. I'm going to take them. I would have grabbed them and walked away with them and be like, oh, just grab the ones you just been going through if you're not doing anything.
The whole thing. We gotta get him out of here. He's just ruined all these mosaic cards. Put them all down and then started denting them with his fingernails. Look at his fingernail. Look at the fingernail on this man. Look at this. You are just a terrible human. Really are. There's going to be, this is the price point. This is the price points that kids come in here and buy it at.
This is not a kid's hobby.
But it doesn't matter what you think. This is the price point that parents will let them do it, and you just ruined them all. Look at you, man. You're a terrible person. You know that?
Creep.
Terrible person.
Hey, you know what? That guy was pretty fucking calm, dude. Like, for being called out and everything. He's like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was.
You know, that's why, they probably couldn't get security over there. They probably think, it's no big deal. Like, if that guy would have turned back, hey, fuck you, and made it a thing. But man, I was shocked how calm that guy was, man.
Yeah.
It's like a serial killer, man. Just like, okay.
There's something I want to talk about real quick in the retailer exclusive game world that I think is going to become a very important topic going forward. And this is for all the artists out there, all the artist reps out there. Now, I want to give a big shout out before I say this to Ito, an amazing artist, putting out great work at this point right now. And we got to do a Thundercats 24 for the Beyond Wednesdays curated program at Dynamite. And I can't, I want to make sure to preface this by saying this has nothing, I'm not talking shit on Ito. I'm just giving a heads up. Now, there's this thing where retailer exclusives, we all know the retailer exclusive game. But recently, I've heard of 2 artists that have quote unquote signed exclusively with a retailer to put out their variants. Now, what does that mean? According to them, that means that they will only put out variants for this retailer. So I've been hearing and I've been seeing posts from Top Shelf Comics talking about how they have Ito signed exclusively. And not only that, I've heard from multiple businesses lately that Top Shelf Comics is reaching out to anybody that's putting out an Ito variant saying, how did you do this? You can't do this. I am signed up with him exclusively. Now, first, if you're an artist out there and you think this is a good idea, I'm telling you it's not. It might be good in the short term where you're like, hey, at least this guy's willing to pay my fee to do covers. And I'm going to have somebody that's going to constantly paying for this. Here's the problem. Not all retailers are the same. And what do I mean by that? I mean that retailers are human as well, and they do some things that are kind of fucking fugazi sometimes, and your reputation is now aligned with the retailer that you're working exclusively with. And the reputation of Top Shelf Comics is garbage. Absolute garbage. I don't care what anybody says. You could be friends with them or not. You talk to people about that have worked with this guy, and the amount of stories that I've heard about behind the scenes about this guy is ridiculous. Now, that's not the big problem. The big problem is that there's so many other retailers that you're closing yourself off against. Now you have somebody that's willing to pay, say, your fee that you've been having a hard time people paying, and he's saying, hey, I will pay your fee for every book that you put out for the next 2 years, but you're with me exclusively. You're screwing yourself because you're now closing yourself off to relationships with many other retailers, publishers, and the like that are going to be put off by this, because if they put out a book with you, they've got Top Shelf guy reaching out to them saying, what are you doing? I'm exclusive with him. You can't do any more work with him. And that does not help you in the least. Okay. This is a problem. And again, There's a lot of retailers and a lot of artists that have done these type of exclusive deals. I would love to hear from artists out there that have done these exclusive deals and how they've worked out in the long run.
Do you think that it's done with more people that are overseas, like Ito being foreigner, as well as like Flops?
He's got Annabelle Kirby pushing him. I don't think that's the case in this instance. I will say this though. We don't, and this is me trying to not listen. I don't like Top Shelf either, but we don't know the leverage that Ito and Annabelle Kirby have. We don't know what he's being paid. He might be paying four times his normal rate.
It doesn't
to do
matter.
Covers 4 times.
People
It does.
Well, hold on,
kind of.
James. If he would come out and say, "Hey, I want this rate," I guarantee that other retailers would be willing to pay that
I would
rate.
pay it in a heartbeat.
Yes.
Whatever
So
rate
it
Ito
defeats the
told
purpose.
me, I would fucking.
Yes, it defeats
It does.
the purpose.
Yeah, it does. It does. No, you're right. You're right.
It's it pigeonholes you.
Well, so I have a perfect example for this too. So we just got back from MegaCon and all that. I remember meeting up with James at MegaCon, like 4 years ago, and we were hanging out with JPG McFly, Lobos a ton, and this is before Lobos got signed with any publisher or anything like that. And then he had already done work with y'all with Gun Honey at that point,
Not
and then
yet.
he was trying to. Or that was being set up at that point or something, or in talks or whatever, and then he was trying to get it pushed to the next level to have like that exclusive deal with just y'all, and with both you and Jonathan at the same time.
Do you want me to take it over? We can talk about this. This has been pretty private, but Lobos won't mind me telling. I'll tell it. So what happened was. I had JPG. No, I think Aaron came over to me and said, "Hey, there's this really cool artist over in Artist Alley. You should go check him out." I said, "Okay, cool. What's his name?" And he told me. So what's his booth? And he told me. And then JPG came over and was like, "Dude, there's this really cool artist over in Artist Alley. You should go talk to him." And when you have multiple people that you respect in the industry, I respect Yi for his eyes as a collector and somebody who's ingrained in. I mean, me and Yi are very similar in what we like. Hence why we both battle each other to buy Frizen art. But and then when I have JPG, who's a retailer that I respect, telling me I should go check this guy out, I go, okay, take me to him. So we go to talk to Lobos, and his background, for people that don't know, is he was a construction supervisor for like big dollar projects, like healthy 6 figures a year, but had been doing art on the side because that's what he loves. And all he wanted was to do art for a living. And so when I first talked to him and expressed interest in his art, keep in mind, 2 weeks earlier, he had gotten a portfolio review from DC at MegaCon. Like hours before, he'd gotten a portfolio review from Marvel. They'd both said, "Your work is great. We'll get you on some projects." Okay. And I talked to him and he said, "Listen, all I want to do is find somebody that can pay me like a salary rate, and so I can make a living doing art." And so we started talking, and he was willing to take some ridiculous, I won't get into it, but at less than 6 figures to do a cover a week, and the OA. And the first thing I said to Lobos is I said, never offer that deal to anybody else, because it's ridiculous and you're worth more than that. And Marvel had already approved him, DC already approved him, he was going to blow up. But me giving him that knowledge of like, you're undervaluing yourself, is why me and Lobos are so close to this day, because I was the first person to actually look out for him. I could have taken advantage, and you have artists that do get taken advantage, and those are the artists that you see hop people to people to people, right? Because they sign horrible deals, they get wrapped up in horrible deals. Hood's losing his mind over there.
Fucking John's
yeah.
sleeping, dude. He's snoring.
Yeah,
bro.
Nah, I'm not sleeping. What the fuck?
I heard you snoring, bro.
That's twice in a month, John. Twice in a month.
I hear you.
At least he shut the camera off this
Well, here's the
but
problem
no,
with this.
I mean, there's bad deals in comics. There's bad deals, and there's naive people in comics. I hope that this isn't the case, but
here's a problem, and let me tell you a perfect example. You have, let's just say Ito gets contacted by Marvel, and they go, "Hey, we want to put you on one of our covers." And Ito goes, "That'd be great. This is going to be a breakout for my career." And they do a cover for him. He's working directly with the publisher. And then Top Shelf reaches out to Marvel and says, "What are you doing working with this artist? I have him wrapped up exclusively. There's a problem here." Now, what just happened? One, you created a problem between Marvel and the retailer who's saying they have them exclusively. You create a problem between Marvel and the artist now because Marvel's like, "Hey, I don't want to work with you if you're wrapped up exclusive with somebody." Right? And that could change your whole entire career working with a big publisher on the right book, right? And then you're creating a problem with all the retailers out there who might have wanted to work with you now, but now they can't because they're getting hate calls from another retailer saying, "I have them exclusively." And listen, if you're going to work with somebody exclusively, that includes a lot. Now, that isn't just you going, "Okay, I'm going to sign a contract and say I'm working with you for the next 2 years." If you're smart, you're also contacting a bunch of other retailers that you know and say, "Hey, what do you think about this retailer? What have you heard about this retailer?" Do your due diligence in the back end, because you could be signing up with somebody who's going to do nothing but hurt your career. Okay? An artist should be known for the work he puts out, not for who he works with. But unfortunately, that's not how life is. There was multiple moments throughout this con where I'm talking with a creator, and the comment gets brought up about Tidal Wave and how certain artists are now being penalized for working with Tidal Wave in the past, and that's unfair. It is unfair, but that's life, and you're gonna have to deal with it. And that's the way this works right now. So it's you're limiting yourself in a major way when you do this. And there is always going to be somebody who's willing to pay your fee if your work is that good.
I think, and that's a great point.
So what I wanted to build up on was that this is why I respect James the most, or whatever, is that he told him that, see how these portfolio meetings go and everything. And because, Hive at the end of the day, like, passing on an exclusive deal with Lobos, it launched off his career, because he, obviously James and Jonathan saw the full potential of where Lobos's career could be in a year, which it, ultimately at the end of the day, it hit that, that note or whatever, that trajectory or whatever. So
I think maybe this is indicative. Like, I don't know, like, obviously there's a lot of unknowns in this deal that they have or whatever, but like, maybe this is indicative of artists now maybe getting to the point where they can ask what they want to ask. Like, let's be honest here. From a retailer, I'm straight from a retailer perspective. If Ito told me his rate was $4,000 a book
for the art,
and I could go back to him and say, "Listen, that's fine, but if you put out a piece of art that I'm not okay with, you have to be okay with me telling you to do a new one," I would pay it. If Quintana told me, "If you want to do a DC or a Marvel book, it's going to cost you $8,000,000," I would fucking pay it. And I'm sure his rate is a fraction of that. Like, these guys, some of these bigger artists that have these bigger names maybe need to leverage, maybe this is fueled for them to leverage the fact that, like, they can ask whatever they want to ask. So in the tattoo world, right? I've owned a tattoo shop for like 11 years. Anytime I ask my artists regularly, like once a month, I tell them, when you pay your rent, check in with me. And one of the questions I ask is, how's your books? And any single time I've had an artist say, I'm booked out for the next 3 months or 4 months, the first thing I say is, it's time for you to raise your rates. I don't collect a percentage on those artists. I just charge them a booth rent. That's a whole different thing. I don't make money in my tattoo shop. I do it because I love the industry. It's a whole thing. It's not comics, so we're not going to get into it. But it's, if you're that in demand, raise your rates. And I think it's time that these artists in comics realize that. Like, if you're that in demand, raise your rates. And Ito is that in demand.
They hold all the power right now. There's this
literally all the power.
Yeah, there's this
All
pendulum swing that's happened, which is very interesting, and it's become very noticeable that in the past, 10 years ago and further back, the creators needed the retailer because that's where they sold their product. Now that is not necessary, and the retailers need the artists because the artists can sell their product on their own through their own website or through their own live sales.
100%. 100%. Artists do not need retailers. They don't. J. Scott Campbell has been running his own functional website for, 8 years. And he drops an exclusive on there, and he sells in Scotty Young. Same thing. They can drop a 5,000 print run and sell out in 2 days. They do not need retailers. They need shipping partners.
Amen. And they need shipping partners. They need website builders. They need the trackers to track how much they're making on said books. So many creators out there, what they need to be doing is creating. And retailers need to say, and there's some really progressive retailers, and I don't mean progressive in a political sense. I mean progressive in thinking of new ideas and new ways to do things. There's some really progressive retailers out there that have said, you know what, we're gonna pivot. Instead of being the place where you can sell your product, not only are the place where we can sell your product, we're going to build the framework, the website, the back end. We're going to ship for you and fulfill. And that's the way it is. And you're 100% right, James. Yeah. That is where a smart retailer is making his spot.
Can I tell you a dream scenario as a retailer? Absolute dream scenario. A top tier AAA artist, okay? And there's a few of them out there. There's 10 or 15 or 20 AAA artists out there, right? A AAA artist coming to me as a retailer and going, listen, I have a really cool idea for this book. I just want somebody to handle order fulfillment and whatever. I will give you the art. And you sell all the books and you do all the order fulfillment. And for my art, my contribution, I will take 35%. Right? Now, to an artist, they will make 5 times their rate. Right? If they help promote it, they help push the book, they're involved and engaged. I look now at artists that are involved and engaged. Like, I've dropped exclusives in the past that have been beautiful, and the artist has 100,000 followers or 50,000 followers, and they don't see a damn thing about it. Yeah. These artists, if they leverage their social media and they leverage their own following, and they start to realize that brings value. Like us retailers, we realize it. If they start thinking themselves as retailers and they start leveraging that, these artists will make double what they're making right now. And the retailers will be happier because they're being able to work in concourse with these artists. And it's something that really isn't happening wide scale. But I will tell you, as a retailer, if I work with an artist, and the second I drop an exclusive, I see that they shared that I dropped an exclusive. Guess who I'm sending money to the next time I drop a fucking exclusive?
Yep.
The next time I want to do an exclusive, I'm going to be like, I sold 50 more copies because this artist pushed it.
Yes.
And once the artists figure that out, they can be like, well, I'm going to want more money to push it. I have 100,000 followers on social media. So I will sell you my art for $1,500 and I will push the art for another $5. And they can do that. Yep. And that's fine. It's retail.
Amen. The comics world is changing rapidly over the last couple of years. We've talked about that immensely, and that relationship between artist and retailer is evolving in a way that's very interesting. And if both the artist and retailer are not taking advantage of social media, content creation, advertising, there's a problem. And if I was an artist and I'm working with a retailer that's not taking advantage of those areas, I'm not going to work with that retailer. It's just the way it is. And vice versa. If I'm a retailer, like James said, and the artist is not willing to do that, I'm not going to want to work with that artist as much. And it's such an easy thing to take advantage of. There's so many platforms available for an artist and a retailer to jump up on. There's so many social media platforms available for them to create a following on. And if they're not doing that, you're leaving money on the table. Bottom line. So
and there's got to be a likability.
Yes,
you know, like,
amen, Hood.
I
Great
mean,
point.
especially because now, like, there's very few books where writing is of consequence. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like like, are there books out there where the writing is good? Yes, you know, but not of where it really, like, and I always use Donny Cates. Donny Cates wrote something and made you go dig for
Yes.
books.
Yes.
And cause those books to be expensive, right? That was like brilliant. We don't have that anymore. Like, where I would say, let's just say that it's all about the art now. And people, when they're spending $50 to $100 on exclusive or a variant, they feel like, you know, they're very cognizant of print run. People are, and the way OA has been moving, people are very cognizant, and now they're buying a piece of art. That's in their mind, that's the way they're seeing it. But like, in my mind, why should I buy this guy? Like, what's he about? Tell me a story. Where's he come from? Like, you know, tell me the whole thing, right? I want to be able to like the person
Support
too.
you. Yes, I wanna
so that I
support
can.
you.
Yeah. Why should I support you?
Yep.
Like, if you don't care about the fans and you have a shitty autograph and you're overcharging for your autograph, and you haven't grinded like people that we have a lot of respect for in this industry, and you haven't paid your dues, but yet you want to walk around like you have, like, I got a problem with that. You know what I mean? Like, that's who we like. That's who we have on here. People that have, like, busted their ass, and those are people that you bring on here, Brian. It's like, you know, hey, I've been around, you know, and we bring up Mark Spears, and, you know, talk about Trish Forsner, and we can go on and on of the artists that we've brought. Those are ones that have really paid their dues and worked hard. Like, but for that's a given. Like, you've also, it can't just be about your art. You got to talk about it. Why, you know, and you got to have the ability. And if you don't have the ability, you better have somebody doing that for you. It's almost like the Jerry Maguire deal. Hey, help me help you, bro. Like, I need your help. And
all this is important.
You want to be the number one artist. Yeah, I need you to do these things for me.
Yeah, all this is important, like Hood is saying, because look at this. This is from Torpedo Comics, one of the biggest retailers in the game. Got a huge name. The owner is the drummer for System of a Down. You know, very well respected retailer in what they do. I don't know about anything on the back end because I don't hear much, but, you know, the bottom line is this is a big deal. He put out a post saying, important update from our shop. After much consideration, we will be discontinuing the sale of new comics and will no longer be accepting new pull box holders effective immediately. All existing pull box subscribers will continue to receive the books already on their list through March 23rd, and those orders will be fully honored. You can still pick up your books during this transition. To help make things easier, we're happy to provide you with a detailed printed list of your current subscriptions so that you can transfer your pull box to another comic shop, which is crazy for them to say. we'll get back at this.
Holy shit.
And make it to the next FOC without interruption. As a thank you for your continued support, all current subscribers will be at 30% off their books as we work through the remaining inventory. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may cause and truly appreciate your support. This is crazy, you guys. For another retailer to say, hey, FOC and new comics are not making enough for us to continue buying them. That's crazy.
Can I tell you why, though? I have a very easy explanation as to why. There is so many... Listen, I love the fact that me as a non-brick and mortar get claimed as a non-actual comic retailer. Like, it makes me... I laugh at that all the time. But it's kind of a running joke with us. But we can afford to sell books at 40% off. New Comic Book Day books. We can afford to do it. If you don't have the overhead of a brick and mortar, you can afford to do it. So when you have shops like this that do have a brick and mortar, it no longer makes sense for them to do it. It really doesn't. It's an issue because you can't compete.
Yep.
Like you just can't. I look at FOC. I've had tons of customers reach out and be like, hey, can I get this Wednesday book? Do you have a Lunar account? Can you get me this? Do you have a Penguin account? Give me that. And every single time I tell them no. And I redirect them to other people that will give them 30 or 40% off, because it's not worth my hassle to make 20 cents a comic book. It just isn't. And I think at the end of the day, that's what these guys are looking at, is they were like, we have 2 dedicated employees that are putting in this many hours and doing this and this and that, sorting all the stuff to make, $100 a week. Like, it's not worth it. This is the one instance where I feel like there needs to be, for them to fix this, there needs to be a hard stop on Lunar and Penguin to say, listen, you can't break street date and you can't break sale price, whatever that looks like. But I mean, you go to there's countless online retailers that are 30, 40% off on new comic books, on pre-order comics. And you can't, as a brick and mortar, you can't compete against that. You just can't. This is what, in my mind, this is the death of brick and mortars. When I've been saying for 2 years that brick and mortar comics shops are not going to exist much longer, this is why. This is why I've been saying it, because I myself, right now, I could buy, everybody in the chat, if you guys want a new Marvel book that's coming up and you let me know a month and a half in advance, guess what? I can offer it to you half off. Because I can. Because brick and mortars can do the same thing. But they have light bills, power bills, internet, everything else. I already pay that to live in my house. It doesn't cost me any more money, so I can offer that to you guys. I won't do it because it's not worth my time, but that's why brick and mortars will no longer exist if they don't do something to change that.
Here's the question. Can they do something to change it?
I don't know.
What?
But at the same time, Torpedo is like kind of a weird example too. Anyways, they're obviously their high-end customers are what people are attracted to in them in the first place. Like with their giant vault,
their vault is wide.
Like their back wall, like anywhere you look, that's and it's in Vegas too. So you're thinking high-end stuff anyways. Like that's the perfect kind of location for that kind of thing. So it doesn't make sense to have like a $4 comic in this store too as well. I mean, it's almost like becoming more of like a boutique shop than at that point for high-end slab collectors or whatever you want to say.
Can big publishers fix that? I mean, do they need to drop their percentage? Do they need to say, hey, we'll give you, that's what I mean by, is there a way to fix that? What can be done to fix that on the publisher's perspective?
Do you want my opinion? And
yes.
It's coming from someone that has a best friend that runs LCS, and he does it very, very well. The minute you have them in your store, let's say you are making 20 cents a book, it is your job as the owner of the LCS and the employees in there to sell other things and to get their phone number and to do those. Hey, I know you were looking for this book. You want me to pick it up for you? Hey, this book on FOC, you might want to pick up a couple of copies. This is going to be a hot book. And hey, I know you were looking for. I got a great deal on some top loaders. I can get book, magazine, board, supplies, whatever. But it can't just be, there's my shop, have at it. Go look at it. You don't like those books? Okay. Hey, by the way, you've got a pull box you haven't pulled from. Like, it can't just be like that. You got to have great back issues. You got to have great customer service. You got to be able to sell to your customer. Hey, tell me a little synopsis about this book. You've got to be dialed in that way for your brick and mortar to be able to last. And you got to have heart for people. You got to give a shit. You got to do things around the community. You've got to encourage literacy. You've got to like Steven is you know what, Steven, he called me. He goes, hey bro, I just rented out theater for the new Spider-Man movie. I got you a ticket. So on day one, I got a ticket to go see the Spider-Man movie. Those are the things you've got to do as a LCS to be able to stay afloat, because James is right. Like, you're not going to stay afloat selling new comic books. That's not how you do it. It's all of it. Like, it's an experience, and you've got to in order to have people return customer, like the bedrock that Aaron took me to in Houston, it was amazing. Everything was pristine. It was organized. The customer service was really good. They didn't give a shit if I was pulling all these Dave Stevens out. Remember, Aaron? I was like,
well, and at the same time, it's not just that location. It's absolutely all their location. Yeah. It's all of their locations. All of their locations are like mirror images of each other. It's just like, that's why I always ask. I'm like, hey, what are you searching for, so I can take you to the right store?
Yeah,
because I just know they're,
they're kind of different. Yeah, kind of
tailored. They all kind of they all have their kind of like specialty things. Like, so if like there's a certain store that if I know I'm looking for second prints, I'm going there. If I'm looking for like indie books, I'm going to this other location. If I'm looking for high end, like whatever, then I'm going to their main hub. So it just depends on what you. Yeah.
And if I'm a worker in an LCS, and I'm an owner, hey, you're on commission. Like, if you learn how to sell books and you can sell these expensive books and slabs, man, I'm going to make it worth it to you. Like, there's got to be those incentives for the people that are working and bagging and boarding and putting things in order. And if you strike up good relationships and a good rapport with some of my customers and you take care of them, like, I'm going to make it worth your while, along with having a clean store, organized store. Like, nobody likes going into like back issues that are all torn up and books falling over and damaged and shit like that. They want a nice, clean experience. It's like, you can't do that. Well, yeah, you're going to end up closing your shop. Like, you can't just be like, I opened it, everybody should come in because I've got brand new books. Like that's why LCSs don't like, when we did the midnight opening, like a midnight thing for the blind bags and stuff like that. And all the people showed up. All those people showed up for a reason, man. Like, had pizza, had a party, even kids in there that really should have been in there on a school night, but they were there because they wanted the experience and their parents wanted them to experience that. So unless you have people that are dialed in 1000% to make that shop work, then you're going to get like that. If that's not in your business model to sell, and that's in you're a comic shop. You're either a museum or you want to be a comic shop. Comic shop, they grind, they take care of their customer. They continuously serve the community. If you're not willing to do that, you shouldn't even have a shop, And just like James said, I can undercut this and that. But what you can't undercut is customer service, back issues, loyalty, things like that. You can't undercut that, But there's a lot of shops with the area. Dude, shops here, they closed. There was a shop that I went in, the guy wouldn't even talk to me, man. He just like this and just eyeball me. How's it going, Red Hood? And just fucking eyeball me. It was like, hey, glad you're a fan of the show. Go fuck yourself,
Yeah, dude. I think that it's very interesting to see how this is going to play out. We're keeping an eye on it, but there is a lot of money coming into the collectibles industry right now, more than I think ever has in the past. You got people like Kevin O'Leary talking about putting money investing money into collectibles rather than the stock market, which is, we've never heard anything. People would have laughed you out of the building if you would have talked like that in the past. So that's very interesting. But again, just remember, you guys, that there's a balance that is important, and you have to find that balance. What works for you at best as a creator, what works for you best as a retailer, and work with people that you have relationships with on, because that's the other thing. Just because somebody's willing to pay you the quick money doesn't mean that's the best relationship to have. And a perfect example of that is, you might be able to make your house payment this month, but you could have caused an issue where you're not going to have a relationship that would have paid your house payment for the next 10 years, if that makes sense. So just ask questions. Utilize the people in your community, utilize the people that you respect their opinion on, and ask what they think of things. There's nothing that's going to come to harm of that. And I think that's important. Just like, you don't want to write a pissed off email and you want somebody to read it before you send it. When it comes to making a decision, whether you want to work exclusive with a retailer or you want to, something like that, do your due diligence. That's all I want to say. That being said, let's let our boy David Leroff take us out.
Can you hear me out there? Hey, man, don't be squirting water at me. I'm gonna fuck your girlfriend, pal.
Like we talk about customer service and grinding. Let me tell you, James busts his ass out there.
He does.
To the point where I
Yes.
was asking him, hey man, are you all right? He looked fucking tired.
Well, look at him. He's in
And I
C2E2
was saying,
a
like,
week after. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, these are the books that I told my customers that I would pick up for him. And he was pouring in sweat. So I don't want people to think that James from Hive doesn't have customer service and all that, because is the furthest thing from the truth. Like if he had an LCS, I could guarantee that it would probably do extremely well. So let me just I don't want people to think like I'm poo-pooing on James here.
Can I give some flowers too? The greatest thing that has ever happened to me happened today. I had my big ass green case, right, full of signatures for James Tynion, and I roll up to the Scott's Collectibles booth. Well, I roll up to the Tiny Onion booth, and I talked to my guys over there, and I said, hey, I've got all these books. I know he's done for the day, but I figure Sunday he usually does retailers. What time? He said, hey, let me run you over to Ryan over at Scott's, right? And I know Ryan pretty well at this point. I walk over to Ryan. I got my big ass green case full of books. And I said, hey, Ryan, I need to get these signed by James. James is sitting there and he's signing some books, and he looks over and he goes, how many books? And Ryan goes, yeah, how many books? And I said, well, I'd like 140. And he goes, they all prepped? And I said, they're all prepped, man. They're all bag boarded, window bagged, everything. And he goes, you want to just leave them with us? I'll take them back to the hotel tonight. I sat there. I handed off my books to Tinian and his team, and I sat there in the middle of the aisle going, I have nothing to do for the next 3 hours. So I went by Frizen's booth. Her husband was there, who's amazing. By the way, he has a beautiful piece of art that I'm buying from him. If you guys don't know, he's a phenomenal artist in his own right.
Yeah, Tim Seeley's brother, right?
Yeah, fantastic artist.
Yeah.
He has a gallery showing right now, and I was like, hey, do you want me to buy this one from the gallery, or do you want me to buy it from you? Because I run a gallery out of my tattoo shop. Like, I know we take a percentage. I just want to make sure you get the most. And he goes, dude, I've been dealing with them for 15 years. I love when they make money. Just pay them. I'm like, cool, sounds good. But no, I had great conversations with him, and then I walked around a little bit more. Walked around, talked to my boys over at Capture Collectibles, talked to them for a minute, just literally wandered around, wandered over to Greg's booth over at Boom. Boom's booth was beautiful this year. It's right when you walk in the convention
And we're going to
center.
talk about that. It's a nice Sagoo, but go ahead.
Dude, so good. But I walked in, talked to Greg for a minute, bullshit with him, bought some stuff, and then I just stood there. Like, Greg could attest to it. I literally was like, well, I guess I'm going back to the hotel now. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, the weirdest fucking feeling ever.
Did you show him that you were a member of Beyond Wednesday?
Yeah, right.
No,
I did buy the new Tiny Onion membership before the convention. Although I should have mentioned that because I did pay for all of my signatures. I should have got some for free, but whatever.
Well, yeah, technically you should have gotten. I think it's what 5 raw or whatever. Or
Yeah, but I got plenty other books to get signed from him tomorrow, so I'm good to go.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to talk about.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
It's all right. I have the original. You know, not the original art, but the issue 6. Yep.
I want to talk about
9/8.
Boom real quick. You know,
noted.
Greg is one of the best. We talk about him all the time.
Yeah.
And they really killed C2E2 this year. The amount of people I saw that were buying the Frizen bags. And by the way, Frizen has the variants at her booth. If anybody out there has an extra chainsaw black and white spot foil and the chainsaw neon foil, let me know because I'm looking for those. I really want to get those. And then, of course, all the flops. Oh, look how good that looks. Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
So, I got you, bud. I got you,
Thank you,
bud.
James.
Yeah.
Those are the only
James on
things
the
I'm
lips
looking
next time
for.
I see him.
Yeah.
Can I tell you that you want a market report real quick?
Yes.
I sold those. I told the customers that bought them for my live sale tonight. I said, listen, I'll go get these signed. So I had a customer that accidentally bought one. Okay. eBay's a little iffy with their bid thing right now. So a customer came and accidentally won the bid at 47 for a raw one. And he's like, oh shit, dude. Like, I didn't mean to. Can I cancel? I said, that's not a problem. He's a regular. I'm like, not a problem. So I let him cancel. I had another customer that said, can you get it signed? I said, of course I can get it signed. And he goes, run it again, signed. I said, okay. I've got 5 of them. So I ran one. I said, okay, include signature. $106.
Wow.
Nice.
I sold the next one $118. And then I sold the third one $106 again. And then I was like, well, the last 2 I'm keeping one for myself and I have a customer for one. But the market on those has been healthy. The spot foil went for around 100. And then the Frizen, the foil, I got 5 of these, the foil from Frizen. I sold all five tonight for $295 a piece.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well,
dang.
But the one I wanted was the black and white swimmer, which is what I got out of one of the bags. So I'm happy.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Nice. That is the only, well, that and the lollipop, because I own the OA for the lollipop. I wanted both. I got one of them.
James, James, one of the cool thing about Greg that Greg did is, and he's been having fun doing this, and I can't thank him enough. If you are a member of the Beyond Wednesdays YouTube members only group, and you're one of the first 2 or 3 people that go up to the Boom booth and say, hey, I support Beyond Wednesdays. Here's my membership proof. He was giving out free Frizen bags and free Sveta variants for this. So
that's what I was saying, James. You got to go up and tell him you're a member and slash
I'm
on
gonna.
the share.
Oh my god! I literally bought them from Greg. What a dick!
Yeah, you didn't say the magic password. You have to say.
Apparently not.
I support and I'm on beyond
God.
Wednesdays.
All right, whatever. Well, me and him are gonna have
That's
words.
good. Greg watches, man. You should see James on the show.
Well, we were supposed to go to dinner tonight, but he's like, "Oh, my belly hurts." I'm like, yeah,
look how good that shirt is, dude.
Yeah, his belly don't look like it hurts right there.
Hey, I need a 5X, a 5X.
Can I shout
break.
a boom real quick for calling them prison bags and not blind bags?
Yeah, Greg, I hope you're watching this, and I hope you feel bad about bailing on me for dinner.
Shout out to Greg and everybody at Boom for just being an amazing publisher and doing things the right way, in my opinion, and a lot of our opinions. So
yeah, the greatest team in publishing right now.
Yeah,
the greatest team.
They're on fire right now.
Yeah, they are.
They're putting out quality product, man.
Mm-hmm.
The
Dude,
paper
and their
on the
foils.
book,
I mean, their cardstock, their foils, literally everything they do is like. I looked at all 5 of these foils that I got from Jenny's table. I'm like, oh my! I didn't want to sell a single one because I'm like, I'm getting a 9 or a 10 out of one of these.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
like
and
their
then-
cardstock, their quality is
it's unreal.
insane.
Yeah,
it is insane.
Well, you know, they changed their paper quality with like in the middle of like something that's killing the children run, like at issue 12, I think, because they had a bunch of issues with that. And
They
so
did.
from that point on, you know, they use better quality paper for like all their titles.
Well, the Suspiria, I don't know what cardstock they used on the Suspiria glow in the darks that we did for the issue 1s, but those are like I didn't have a single damage, like none. The entire print run was flawless because of the print stock they used.
Well, there were some interesting C2E2 variants that I want to hit on. This Daredevil by Jock was kind of interesting.
Beautiful.
What has the map?
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah, Hell's Kitchen.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. I like this Invincible by DK Ruan for Beachside. That was pretty interesting.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. This Katya variant for Invincible Returns is fantastic, you guys. And shout out to Katya and Night of Comics, Night of Comics, who were at the Wednesday Hell Destroyer event, and that jumped on with us for our podcast. Unfortunately, the sound was a little bit off, so you couldn't really hear Katya, but amazing artist, really, really humble, and she did an amazing job on this variant. Damn, that's good.
You know, for me to believe that this chick is a superhero, like I need to see her hair up in a ponytail. Because when chicks get pissed off, they fucking put their hair in a fucking ponytail, dude. Like that's the total like miss. Like give me a superhero chick that puts her hair in a ponytail. She's ready to get down, bro.
Her face looks like Katya's face, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So beautiful job on this one, Katya.
Yes. Super awesome artist.
Here, of course, is the Frizen packs, which you guys know. We just talked about that. But this is the one I'm talking about. This one and the spot foil black and white are these two, and the Davis Ryder Kirkham battle damage variant are the 3 C2E2 variants for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The eyes on there, the shimmer on the eyes. Weren't we talking about this last night?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fucking crazy. The shimmer on the eyes, dude. It's wicked.
Yeah,
They're
Jenny's so good. And she's opening up herself to
brilliant.
this new color palette lately that has just been great.
Yeah.
So I really like this one too. This was on the almost 10 last
So
night.
good.
Yeah, the Q Absolute Wonder Woman number 17 unmasked version. Really good. And shout out to KRS, Comic Tom, and Davis Ryder, 3 of the best retailers in the game, and really well respected. You know, I can't say it enough. All 3 of those retailers have been on the up and up since day one, in my opinion. So good shit.
Saw Comic Tom on Instagram, dude, interviewing J. Scott Campbell again, dude. I was motherfucker, man.
So you just need to go to a con with J. Scott Campbell and then just film the entire experience and then chop it up into like some sort of content.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be good.
This is limited to 250, and this is a C2E2 variant. Did you see this one, James?
No. What the fuck?
Somebody hit me up that it's still available at like for $25.
Yep. Archie Comics 85th anniversary presents Betty and Veronica pinup by the artist Pandy.
Who?
I've never heard of
Pandy, P-A-N-D-Y.
Do we have a booth number? Because I'm gonna go clear them out.
Right? Yeah.
Never heard
Fury
of Pandy.
Comics. It's at Fury Comics. Fury.
Oh, I know Fury. Those are good guys. That's they work a lot with
Fury.
Suspiria. They're good dudes.
He's local to me.
Yeah.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
they're
Fury
real
Comics.
local.
All right, now,
Good
now,
dude.
Have we jumped down the rabbit hole on Panda? Wonder what other work they.
I'm gonna send them a message right now. Actually,
Yeah.
That would be something to deep dive.
like
on.
I need.
Excuse
a
me,
lot-
James. If you buy him out, hit me up.
Here's the
Yeah,
other
well, I'm gonna
cue.
tell them right now. I need some.
This is also Night of Comics. Great variant. And then
So can I explain that one?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was the standard. That was the standard release. That's a partnership with Night of Comics and Boy Scout. Last Boy Scout Comics or Boy Scout Comics.
Uh-huh.
I feel bad failing miserably at this. Can I shout them out though? Because at MegaCon, that last Boy Scout Comics came to the thing on Wednesday.
Uh-huh.
And he said, "Hey, I've got something for you at my booth," because I lost 5 of those in the flood, right?
Oh yeah.
When I jumped on the water. He handed me the foil. It was a C2E2 exclusive.
Oh wow.
And he handed it to me a week early so I could get it signed by EOM at MegaCon. And it's off to CGC now. But he handed it to me as like a, hey, you lost like 5 of your regular covers. Here's one for you. So do big shout out to him for that. That was huge. And by the way, the community, I didn't have a single lost comic between Yi and this guy and everybody else. Like everything got replaced. Literally everything got replaced.
That's awesome, man. That's great. So a lot of good stuff coming out of C2E2. You guys make sure you guys go check out Cover Price's C2E2 list. They do such a good job on this. So shout out to Cover Price. Let's get into new comic book day. Make sure you guys go check out economics and comics.com. They have a great FOC pre-order page. And there's a lot of books out this week. The Absolute Wonder Woman 19, Ben Oliver is a great cover. I thought that was really good. I love this Archie 125 facsimile. I love the original, the Frankenstein's monster, but they did a couple of cool variants for this. They did a Dan DiCarlo pinup release cover, which is really good. So that was cool. You have the Frank Miller. What did you guys think of this? The Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns #3 facsimile variant. Did you guys see this?
No, that's cool. I like
It's okay. Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I like
Not
that
bad for Frank Miller.
You got the Lobos variant for Batman Wonder Woman Truth #1. That's kind of cool. Let's see here. What else? This Death Fight Forever #3. Love the Sega style variant on that one. They're doing a facsimile for the McFarlane Detective #577. Diablo has a new comic coming out. Dawn of Hatred #1. It's a 4-issue limited series. Exquisite Corpses #12 is out, or is on FOC. These are, by the way, all FOC books, of course. Okay, this Generation X Talavera goes to show you how fucking on point Talavera has been. Look how good that cover is. And this one, the Virgin variant is, I might be okay with buying the Virgin variant on this one because that looks so good. Shout out to Alex Lodemeyer. He's gonna love this cover. Of course, you got G.I. Joe, the Silent Missions Copperhead, which I swear they changed the covers on this, because when we first got the solicits on this, the covers were so bad. And this one's actually pretty good right here. The Howard Porter cover. Green Lantern number 34 has got a really good David Aja variant. And I like that one. A Zermanico variant, which is kind of interesting. John Jang. What else do we got? Okay, there's a book that Hood was talking about. What was that book? Hood, are you still there? We'll talk about it in a second. Red Root, I believe it's called. This book looks interesting. Oddballs Odyssey one shot from Tony Millionaire at Bad Idea. And look at this cover. Nice little Mickey Mouse cover. Very, very cool. All right, what else do we got? We also have some very cool Windsor McKay variants on that book. Punisher, the television variant, which we'll get into in a second when we go check out Left Arrow's picks. Blood Roots, I believe that was the book. This is Lorenzo De Felici's comic. And Hood said this is going to be a big book. He says that Kirkman was all in on this. So be on the lookout for this Red Roots number 1. One of the creator comics that I want to talk about this week. There's a really good one from Sun Kaminaki coming up that I want to talk about. Sleepy Hollow, you got Something Is Killing Children 47. Curse of Shirley Johnson number 5 has a couple of good covers. I like this Glapion variant for number 5. Spawn Dark Ages has a really good Raymond Gay variant right here. I love this cover. Raymond Gay just continues to kill it. Really good stuff. Let's see here. Thundercats Silverhawks number 1 is coming out, so that'll be a big crossover. First appearances in that you want to keep on the lookout for. Okay, there is a Sozamaika variant for this book. Tazana number 1 from RAE Media. So be on the lookout for that. There's also a Draper cover that's pretty good for that as well. There's a Mac cover too. Phantom of the Opera is interesting. Vampirella has a couple good variants. The Perillo is really good. The Derek Chu is good. Really good Linsner on this one. But I love this Chatzudis right here. Void Rivals has a good variant we'll talk about in a second. A lot of good Liefeld covers for Youngblood number 5. All right, check this out. So, I wish Hood was here for this one. Star Wars Insider number 237, the final Star Wars Insider. This is it. The final issue ever of Star Wars Insider. Inside this issue, Kathleen Kennedy exclusive interview with the departing Lucasfilm president. So this is going to be a big issue, both with what's being in the book, and I love how they're doing the homage to the fan club back in the day. This was a fan club thing for Star Wars back in the day. And then look at this cover, this Macquarie cover variant. Absolutely awesome. And then they did a Han Solo and Carbonite foil variant. Yeah.
It should be embossed, right?
Yeah. Yep. I hope so. So that's really dope. All right. Hold on here. Where's the Red Roots? Okay. This Drumsticks of Doom number 4. Look at this Jonathan Lamantia cover. That's sick. Super cool. All right, here we go. All right. This is the book though. Martian Woman number 1. This is a Sun Kaminaki comic she created. This is a cover by an artist named Ink Stacy, which we've talked about on the show before. Very pinup-esque, great work. And this cover is going to be a big deal, I think. There's 3 different versions. This is the F variant. And then there is a foil variant for that, a hollow foil, which is going to be bomb. And then there is a risque variant for this one too.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah. This is a killer cover. So be on the lookout. Great artist, Ink Stacy. There's also a Pool Boy variant for that. Shout out to Pool Boy. And here's the Kaminaki variant for her own book. Hold on here. Here we go. It's really good. And then the Red Root also has a variant. Let's see if I can find it here. Where is it? Is it not in here? Let me do this. Red Root. That was what it was called, right? Red Root.
Yeah.
There's a really good Capes 1 in 10 from Corey Walker. That's going to be a big book. It's a big deal right there. There's an Otley 1 in 50 black and white. All right, here we go. Red Roots. So there is a 1 in 25 black and white for this by Felici. There is also a 1 in 50 Magnola. And I heard there's a Wheeljack variant for this too. So I don't know if it's out there or not. Yeah. Pursuit says there will be a Wheeljack ratio for that as well. But I haven't seen it yet. Yeah. So, yeah, Martian Woman is on Kickstarter right now. So shout out to Lisa Noble in the chat. All right, what else? I think, here's the Talavera Virgin. That's really good. Look how good that is. Holy shit. Such a great cover artist.
Yeah.
All right, let's go take a look at our boy Lefteros. There we go. Where did I go? Search. Lefteros. Let's take a look at his picks this week. He's got Captain America number 10, introduction of a child claiming to be Victor Von Doom. That's interesting.
Child.
Yeah. New History of the DC Universe Dakota Incident number 1 cover B. You got a Dan Mora cover right there for the second printing.
Okay.
Here's the Oddball Odyssey Mickey Mouse cover. So a nice little book about. This is kind of like a biography of all the old school animation guys. Planet Atmos Exordium number 1. This is a Mad Cave book, and a lot of people have been talking about it. Here's the Punisher John Berthal variant. And this is the Red Roots. So the story is about the lives of a professional killer and a high school teacher are bound by a terrifying, mysterious force. All Lorenzo De Felici, cover, story, art, everything. And then here's the Tasena variant by Sozamaika. Wolverine, Weapons of Armageddon, number 3, first cover appearance of the Prime Warrior subject. And shout out to Lefteros at Cover Price, doing great stuff. So very, very cool. All right. That being said, you guys, 3.5 hours on a night where I should have probably taken off a little early, but thank you to everybody that's hung out tonight. I want to give a big shout out to everybody that's been supporting the brand. Over the last couple months, Beyond Wednesdays has seen the most support it's ever seen. And I really can't thank you guys enough for the support. If the community wasn't the way it is, I wouldn't be doing this show tonight. I've got some rough news that I received tonight, and I want to get some positive thoughts and prayers out to my boy Kyle Stinson and his family. Word is that he is in hospice right now, and the cancer has taken over, and it's really hard to talk about this, but it's even harder for his family to deal with this, especially with 2 new grandchildren on the way, one just recently being born. So I want to give my thoughts and prayers out to them, and I love you, brother, and I might not be able to say it to you in person, but I hope the positive thoughts and prayers get to you in some way. So show your thoughts and prayers and love to Kyle over at Kyle Stinson and his family. Great people. And, I feel so bad for everything that's gone on. So love you, brother. And we'll see you on the other side, hopefully. Adios, you guys.